Catch this rhythm. You feel that? That's called playerism. I'm on the scene, a player clean, poker face, 4 queens. I got 4 of a kind on everything. Dig this, living elite. I don't feel complete without kicking at my feet in a Rolls Royce every week. Maybe this is deep. Listen close when I speak. I need to at least, cause I'm too much. I'd be a fool if I love him, You'll be a fool if you trust him, Here with my niggas, we keeping it gangsta. Yeah, I'm a slayer, I'm just keeping it player. I'm fucking her now, we're man eating it later. That's maybe why he is a hater. I'm wearing all black like I'm being a raider. You talk to police, we call you a traitor. I'm running the city, they call me for favors. I'm running the city, they call me the mayor. It's getting political with me, my street presidential, she dealing with. Quit banging my line, ho. Quit banging my line, ho. When you see me act like you don't even know me, ho. When you see me act like you don't even know me, ho. Come on, baby, get a clue. How you do what you do? How do you fall in love with me, but I'm not in love with you? Peace to the saints! Peace to the saints! That intro go up, you dig? Livingston! Livingston, boy, get out the kitchen. You're always in the kitchen, Livingston. Every time I see you, you're never in your room. You're never in your room except you're playing video games, watching pornography, boy. Livingston, get out the kitchen. You ate all the jerk chicken, ate all the peas and rice. You don't leave nothing for your brother and sister, Livingston. Your father mad at you, Livingston. You're causing problems in the marriage. You eat all the food. Livingston! I have too much fun with this. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Good Lord. Hey, by the way, shout out to the mentally ill weak men who we got a couple in the chat. One nerd put, calling me a hater because I won't click the like before the button starts? That's weird. No, buddy, you're weird, buddy. And I'll tell you why. As a man, you pay what you owe, which is to say, you're about to watch something where another man is giving his time. And I even brought a studio light across the planet Earth to Thailand so you can see me in HD. I also brought an HD camera. How much did you pay for that? $0. Clicking the like is the least you could do, especially when my time's highly valued. After all, I got to get to the gym real quick and then go do my second fitting for the suits I'm buying. My time is limited. So, yes, it's reasonable to click the like button, my dear boy. You got to get that out of your mind. And also ask yourself, you mentally ill little dumb F-U-C-K, why are you holding on to something that has no value? You could click the like button. How much money did it cost you? Nothing. That lets you know you're an evil, black-hearted, wicked person. Exactly why we create the assassin, so we can separate from mentally ill folks like you. I mean, the men holding on to a like it's a gold chain. It's crazy out here. Talk to me.
Okay, we have Nick sent a cash app, and he said, thank you for always dealing in honesty and truth. I appreciate you as a man and a leader.
Appreciate that. Peace to the saints.
He said tuition, peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints.
Craig came in on Cash App. He said tuition, peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints. Thank you to those who support the work.
Miguel came in on PayPal, said tuition, peace to the saints.
Shout out to the real men, the earners, the hustlers.
Neil sent a super chat, tuition, peace to the saints.
Neil is consistent, a real one.
Jundle said peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints.
And Hef.com said, Marquett, you often mention that women all have a little evil within them that needs to be dealt with. How do we as men go about this?
You ain't never lied. And I'm not talking about, you can remove it and it's gone. I'm saying that there is something in the female nature that has to be managed by the male, whether it is instances in which she feels jealousy with regards to another woman, instances in which she injects uncertainty and doubt into you and the things you're pursuing. You see, women have a loving nature, and mostly they're good if they're a good woman. But every now and then there's some behavior that you have to keep an eye out for and be cognizant of the things that she's doing, which could be a detriment to both of you. So make sure that you never allow her to usurp leadership, and you never allow her to inject jealousy, doubt, and other wicked instincts into a situation or into you. Thank you for asking.
The J.R. Kangle sent tuition as a peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints. And to the last super chat that came in from Hef, I just published a video on the saints, and I advise you all to subscribe to that channel. Great content, all clean, no vulgarity. You can listen with your mother or your child. And I just made a video published a video called What Men Can Learn from Women. Great information there that'll last you a lifetime, help you understand women, but more importantly, help you utilize some of the strategies they use that empower them to thrive.
And I just linked that channel in the chat.
Appreciate it.
We also have Mick came in on Cash App with tuition, and Oscar said, peace to the saints, happy to catch a live again, been too long.
Peace to the saints, welcome back. Looks like we have a baller alert. KHP Fitness and Training writes, tuition, peace to the saints, truly appreciate it. Shout out to the men who stand up. And that's why I say we are the leadership class. You dig? Some watch, won't click the like button. Some might click the like button, will never, pay tuition for their education. Shout out to the men who stand up, who actually don't talk abundance mindset. They live abundance. I always tell you, don't talk about it, be about it. You dig? Let's get it. Let's work. Here we go.
Before you start, Jordan sent $50 on Cash App.
We got another baller alert.
He said, peace to the saints, tuition long overdue, let the beatdown begin.
Indeed. And this is all educational, you dig? So, thank Fat Ack for this education. Why he sits in a dark little basement while he does his lives in his mansion beats me. I don't know. I prefer to have a nice, well-lit, beautifully colored, symmetric background. But hey, that's just me, though. But anyways, as you guys know, I need money. I'm wearing the same sweatshirt in 3 different lives. Donate to the Get Marquett a New Sweatshirt Fund. This is the guy said, Marquett, you're wearing the same sweatshirt. I need a new one. Help a brother out. Go ahead.
Jonathan said, peace to the saints. Caleb Plant just knocked out.
What?
Darrell.
Wow, that's wild. Wow. I'm surprised because Caleb Plant is not a knockout artist. He's been known to not have power. So I don't know if he done got his hands on some PEDs, courtesy of Canelo, or if he just caught him with the right shot. But, shout out to Caleb Plant. I've met him. He has a great team, Justin Gamper. I always see Justin and as well as Caleb's wife in the gym, hardworking folks. So I'm really happy to hear that he's been successful, and I hope Darrell has a full recovery. And, Darrell has been known as a dog, but has been turning into a journeyman, and really has only been winning when he's been fighting journeymen. But shout out to Caleb Plant. Honestly, I thought he did really well against Canelo, and I think if he would have lasted, I would have gave him the decision. So I personally think that fight looked a little bit thrown, but that's just me, though. Anyways, Thank you for that news.
JVR came in on Cash App. He said, peace to the saints.
Shout out to JVR. Good to see him again.
Joseph also said, tuition on Cash App. We have a couple more super chats. We have Vilkin said, peace to the saints. Marquett, the more I listen to you, lessons as a young man, especially these videos, is that if I'm going to be real, stay real, and if I'm going to be fake, stay fake.
Well, I tell you what, if you're going to be real, absolutely stay real, which is to be yourself. And if you find that you are fake, and we all have shortcomings, make a real effort to improve. We don't have to stay the same. The truth is, most of us have greatness within us, and our true job is to bring that to the surface, and that's what I encourage you to do. Show the best of who you are.
We have another baller alert.
Baller alert! Shout out to the ballers, you dig?
Abdullah said, peace to the saints, tuition to the big homie. The bomber jacket is so player, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Is this what he's talking about?
He might be talking about this one, and I'm actually about to take this to my suit guy. You dig? He might have the white one, you dig? And I'm taking this to my suit guy, and I'm going to have him throw these on the back of it, it's just the kind of guy I am. So I'm going to have him stitch those on the back, I'm just representing, letting them know what it is.
Unbounded Reality said, Devin Haney just won as well, undisputed champ.
Oh, we all knew Haney was going to clean up Cambosos. We already knew that. That was a given. We knew he was going to do it the first time, and we knew it was going to be easy work. So yeah, I appreciate that update as well. You know, truth be told, I haven't had a chance to research Wilder's opponent, but I think Wilder's a mere inch taller, so it would be a competitive fight. So that would be one to watch, even though I have lost a lot of respect for Wilder in terms of the things he says, but you always respect a man who is a warrior and goes into a situation where he could be killed. And certainly every time he got in there with Fury, he was at risk of being killed.
Carry on.
Saints, this is a video that was uploaded by DJ Akademiks, aka Livingston Allen. And this fellow is a Jamaican immigrant who's come to the United States and been a culture vulture on African American culture while insulting all of the talent and creating increasingly dangerous situations throughout urban neighborhoods by, as he says, reporting on it. But really, he's dramatizing a bad situation. And it appears that the chickens have come home to roost, and he's seeing a lot of turmoil occur in his personal life as he strives to get more and more attention, as he is a fat narcissist. A fat narcissist.
Ron
I like that.
says, peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints.
And on Cash App, we have Robert said, tuition, men like you are very needed in this world.
Appreciate that. Speak. And the curious thing about a narcissist on the order of DJ Akademiks, which is a very serious narcissist and a male with low self-esteem, they can never have a true friend because everything has to be about them. Hence, they never give out of sincerity. They only give to buy, which is to say, if he gives to a woman, he's giving to buy her affections, to buy her love, to buy her body. If he gives a gift to another male, he's giving it to buy friendship. There's never any sincerity with a narcissist. They can never have a real relationship. It's always, hey, let's use each other so that we can increase our profile, so we can draw in more attention, because attention is the only currency that satisfies our low self-esteem, albeit temporarily. Let's listen to DJ Akademiks, and he's about to do two things that are very strange, and we'll analyze this so that you don't make the same errors. The first thing DJ Akademiks is going to do is invite on a three-way call between himself, Fresh, and some other dude I haven't heard of, which doesn't mean anything. I've not heard of a lot of people. That's because I stick to the script working on my goals, and these people are irrelevant to my greater goals. All the same, there'll be three males on the call. I can't think of the last time I was on a three-way phone call, not since high school. And so there's three dudes on the call. And it seems as though DJ Akademiks, not being a very masculine man and having trouble confronting other males, he specializes in confronting women, though, doesn't he? Specializes in putting his hands on women, though. Expert at that. But instead of confronting Fresh, who is a very easygoing gentleman, he utilizes that third party, the other guy there, to confront Fresh indirectly, which is really a very feminine thing to do. I encourage you all to, be direct. And, if you have a problem with somebody, take care of it. And so you have this situation where he has a minor verbal skirmish, primarily through the proxy of the third person on the phone call. And then they have a bit of a breakup, and then they break up to make up, and then they kiss, make nice. And they talk about their fragile friendship, which really, I think to everyone watching, is a situation in which they have mutual fear and they're mutually using one another. This is quite a curious thing, but we know that certainly DJ Akademiks has been listening to the Saint and the Sinner's perspective, because everything he does in terms of his videos is basically trying his best to contradict the truths that I put forward. So we're doing the right thing. We're going to continue putting out the truth. Then lastly, he talks a little bit about his tricking behavior with regards to this hooker. That boy dating a hooker. He dating a hooker. That hooker. So anyways, DJ Akademiks broke the cardinal rule, which is identified in verse 1, chapter 6, in the holy book of Nigalations, which is to never make a hoe a housewife. He's done that many times, from Selena Powell, his ex, who's currently in jail. Shows you the low quality of the women DJ Akademiks deals with, and this makes sense. So the last chick he was dating was a jailbird, ugly broad with the big balloon lips and also the fake breasts, and really had nobody, baby, except that which was surgically enhanced. And so he's dealing with this low-class piece of trash. Moves on from her because she ends up in the pen, the hooscow, the pokey, and then moves on to another little raggedy white broad. Seems as though he hates black women. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw that out there. DJ Akademiks hates black women. He's scared of black women. You can't handle the black pussy. Pussy boy can't handle the black pussy. It's good like brown sugar. Simmer. Anyways, he can't handle it. I can't blame him. It'd be fire though. Just low key, just side note, it'd be fire. Anyways, he likes the Caucasians because they're a little bit nicer with him being the feminine, non-masculine, fat guy he is. And so they're willing to suck his breast. And so he has this another little raggedy white chick, and this one is a drug addict, and we see that she had ended up punching him in the face, and then there ends up being a scuffle between a number of hair-hatted hooligans, low-class scallywag ratchet broads, and he's right there in the midst of it because that's where he wants to be. In fact, he actually is one of them. What you don't realize is that DJ Akademiks is, in actual fact, a TikTok thought. Yes, you heard it right. He's a TikTok thought. He is indeed a Caitlyn Jenner, which is a grown man who wants to compete with women, and he may eventually just become one so that he can do it more directly. And so we're going to review all of those things. We're going to talk about his tricking, why he tricks, and how he tries to create narratives and excuses to explain it as though it's okay when really it is not. And what the worst thing is that he's an Indian giver in terms of his tricking. He gives something and wants to take it back. Just side note, I find this piece of language to be quite strange. And as much as the Indians, I don't know that they gave and took anything back. I would say that was the Europeans. But hey, I guess it is indeed the conqueror that makes the rules in the language. Hit me!
We have Akeem said, peace to the saints, showing love to you as you show love to us. I am always grateful for the game you kick. Keep putting Akademiks in his place.
In a real way. We're going to get DJ Akademiks. Believe that.
Sosa said, peace to the saints, long overdue tuition. It feels really good to finally pay my dues.
Absolutely. And I always encourage men, if you have a bill, pay it happily, because it's a privilege to have the money to pay your bills. And when you have the money, pay them happily and carry on to the next thing.
Denzel said, for the vocals, peace to the saints.
You know, hey, I might have, what if I just did a whole diss album? I should just do a whole diss album. They just dissing everybody on the internet for fun.
Corey said, shout out everyone on the call. I'm guessing he's on
call last night, yeah.
It was great to see the collaboration and creation, new decorum and principles to follow. Peace to the saints.
In a real way, you know, people, they call what they do a nation, but there's only one nation that's rising. That's the Saint in the Center nation. You know, last night we had an arbitration. We settled a matter civilly. We created a structure wherein, you know, if you have a conflict that you need arbitration on, you can bring it there. We also, you know, reviewed our culture, standards, and law. And so it's a beautiful historical milestone for the SASN, and it is creating a standard that'll be used globally.
Carry on.
Indeed. The time has come. Get your black suits.
She said World Star gave her $3,500 for it. Nigga, these, you know what I said to her? I said, yo, I got relationship with World Star. They're not about to put it out without hitting me up. I ain't.
Real quick, when he says she said World Star would give her $3,500 for it, first off, you're dealing with a broke broad if she is sell you out for $3,500. That is a low price to sell you out for. And more importantly, we know that when the broad came to him and said, hey, I can give this footage of you pushing a broad and trying to sock a broad, I can give it to World Star for $3,500. What she was doing was she was bidding. You heard me? She's trying to get that price bidded up. She's saying, hey, can you beat him? I'll let you hold on to it and won't give it out if you want to give me more money. That's number one. And number two, I want to teach you guys something about power. There are a lot of people who project power, but they don't actually have power. DJ Akademiks is one such person. For example, if he had power, you wouldn't see a broad swinging at him, period. You heard me? I'm even talking about the basics of personal power. What kind of broad is so brazen that she thinks she could hit you with the 1-2 and just walk away unscathed? Look, I wouldn't care if you was a senior citizen, a toddler, a cripple, a madman, somebody, I wouldn't care. Oh, you swing at the big homie. I'm going to treat you like you don't know me. You could be my own mother. Ain't nobody swinging at the big homie. No one's exempt from contempt. You dig? Now, that's number one. So I'd be damned if a broad swing at me. Last broad that, you know, tried to get aggressive, she actually pulled out a hawk. You heard me? I reached back like a pimp, invented a new back slap, and parked her like a Cadillac. You dig? The popo was knocking on my door the next day. But hey, it is what it is. It get like that. But here's the thing. He's projecting power. He says, oh, I got a relationship with World Star. They'll call me before they put that out. Nah. Let me teach you guys something about power. And what I do for the saints who are members at patreon.com/the Saint in the Center, we give them real game. One thing you should understand, I always talk about having goals in the areas of health, wealth, and relationships. Health, wealth, and relationships. I know much about relationships, have them around the world at high levels. We're talking government here. We're talking major corporations. Now, when you have relationships, you never have a relationship with a corporation or with a government. You have a relationship with specific persons who are power holders within those institutions. It is very clear to all of us that DJ Akademiks did not name a particular individual at World Star. So anytime you think you have a relationship with an institution, your relationship can disappear or crumble when there's a change in personnel. So I don't believe you, my boy. I do not believe you. And just like you don't have the decency to not put out footage about Fresh when you were walking around recording him and Miranda, the girl you said was a sugar baby, basically embarrassing him. And he asked you to stop recording and she asked you to stop recording. And they both were trying to cover their faces, but you kept recording. Well, if your relationship with Fresh is not strong enough for you to not do that to him, why do you think your relationship with World Star is not strong enough for them to put out some footage that the whole internet wants to see? Come on, bruh. You're lying.
We have someone said, what's that shirt you're wearing? I did just link it in the chat. It's also linked in the video. Correct?
Indeed. This is my favorite sweatshirt. This one reads, I identify as a white woman. You dig? And this is a play on the fact that people think they can identify as anything. So just call me Sarah. You dig? This one's linked in the description. And this is a great conversation starter piece.
On PayPal, Colby said, peace to the saints. Hi, Marquett. In one of your Instagram lives, I heard you speak shortly on compartmentalizing one's thoughts and emotions to gain better control of their mind. So I wanted to ask if you could elaborate a little more on the importance of it and how exactly to do it.
Absolutely. And in fact, if you have my book, it's called The Black Box. You can get it on Amazon or you can get it a low-cost copy at thesassin.com. And the reason I reference that is because I have a whole chapter about compartmentalizing. I tell a story of some events that occurred in my life, even when I was 16, that were quite traumatic. And even after that trauma, I had to go and perform in front of an audience and pretend as though all was well because, there was an opportunity there. And we cannot squander our own opportunities because we experienced a bump in our road on a given day. So that is a whole chapter that can elaborate in great detail. So I advise you to check into that chapter.
Hef.com is back. He said, how do you feel about those that think they don't owe you anything, such as the boy that didn't hit the like? I personally hate such types. Peace to the saints.
Oh, absolutely. I revile these types of persons. And this is precisely why when I go to hotels, I stay 5-star. This is precisely why when I go to restaurants, I'm generally going Michelin. This is why I don't go buy suits. I go have my suits made so I don't have to be around people who shop and buy suits that are pre-made, which is to say I stay away from people who are broke and people who are ugly. Because people who are broke and ugly, they live in a deficit. You see, they don't have the abundance of things that human beings seek, which is primarily money and women. And when they're in lack, these are people who are takers by nature. They take, never want to give. So these people disgust me. I wish they would cease living, but best I can do is stay away from them. And I pray that they stay away from me.
Cesar came in on Cash App. He said, should I ever give women flowers? Is it ever worth it?
If that's in your nature, go ahead and do you. But I would surely make sure that you're giving to a woman who is given to you. As I often note, show love to those who show love to you. That's why it's no thing for someone to support me while I'm doing a live stream, because who makes the thumbnails? Fans make our thumbnails. Saints make our thumbnails. Who makes the video edits, the shorts? It's either one of the saints or it's a fan. It's someone who is in a reciprocal relationship with me, and I'm paying them to do that. So we keep the money within a community. We show love to those who show love to us, which is to say, when you invest, it comes back. If the woman has helped you earn, go ahead and, you did give her something she like after she's helped you earn. But when I give something, I like to give something that's going to last, not something that's going to perish. Perishables like flowers and things like that is not my thing. I like to give things that last and create memories. But if that's something you like, go ahead and do you, player.
Okay, Muhammad said, F&F said real friends privately hold you accountable. A public attack to hold friends accountable is the excuse scum used to get the 30 pieces of silver. Seems like how Act treated Fresh to a T, but their loyalty blind.
I don't know that I would call anyone loyalty blind in as much as I wouldn't call it loyalty that we're seeing exercised. I wouldn't even call it friendship. I do a lot of business. Mostly I don't do business with people I don't like. Meaning if I have disdain for someone, I'm not going to do business with them. But in the course of doing business, we often find that we might be dealing with someone who is honest enough that we can make $1 without them cheating, but they might not be of the character that makes me want to befriend them. And so you're basically doing business with someone who's an associate but will never become a friend. They're not a scoundrel, which is why we can earn together. And I think that you find with YouTubers, these people in many cases grew up, weren't the cool kid, might have had some social challenges. And so they have, shaky friendships. They might not even know the true nature of what a friendship is. And they're trying to make a buck, and they know that their association with a given person can make them a buck, and so they carry on. And sometimes it's at their expense, but people will learn with time. And certainly if they're watching this ism, they should be growing, and we can always make room for people to learn.
You're gonna like hearing this next one. We have Hayden said, "Peace to the Saints. I have been a patron for a few months. I have lost 40 pounds jump roping 30 minutes a day.
Wow.
The black box changed my mindset. I read it 3 times.
Wow. Look, when I tell you guys to read the black box, it's not to enrich me, because one doesn't make much money from a book, to be honest with you. But what I know for sure is that when you read that book, you finish it with the feeling of, I can do anything that I choose to do and am serious about. You finish the book and you've reflected on yourself, and you have the motivation to take action. You have the emotional drive to take action. And you also get some strategy. And I'm happy that he has used the book for what it was meant for. And I'll measure my book up against any book, any holy book you want to name, any fictional book you want to point out, because my book tells you, do this now. You will not pick up your holy book and it's going to say, you do this now to improve your situation. No. So I'm happy that you shared that with us. Thank you very much. And I'm so happy that you've made progress with your health, because health is the greatest wealth, and 40 pounds is a lot to get off. Most I've ever lost was 25 for a boxing match, and that damn near killed me. So I have much respect for 40 pounds off.
Okay, and then Jordan that said the baller alert on Cash App just bought the sweatshirt you're wearing.
Shout out to Jordan. He getting his drip up.
Carry on.
Here we go.
You see World Star even put it up. At least on their Instagram. They're gonna put it up probably on their website after this shit go viral.
I didn't see it. That she got paid. I don't know.
This guy is such a liar. Notice that everything he says is double talk. How do you go from, I got a relationship with World Star, they wouldn't put that up without running it by me? And then he goes directly into, yeah, they'll actually probably put it up on their website after it goes viral. Bro, which one is it? Are they not going to put it up because they have a relationship with you, or are they going to put it up? This guy's the biggest liar on the planet Earth. It's like the problem with dumb people is they don't know they're dumb, and so they think they can fool everyone. Let me give you guys a note. You can't fool people who are smarter than you. That's the problem with the DJ Akademiks. The average person's an imbecile, and he's fooled a great many people.
Oh, but that part, but
here's the point though. I don't want this to distract from the fact that I'm taking accountability of me bringing the girl there and for all that's happening. But what I realized from the situation too is, when you have somebody who...
Does this fool have Halloween decorations in his background? Deep.
Who, is
why is he stuttering so much? I'm gonna rewind that back. You could damn near make a beat sound like somebody DJing. It's like, come on, brethren. How's your job talking, but you can't talk? Spooky.
When you have somebody who I'm bragging in terms of fame or whatever the case is, bro. If you don't have niggas with you to kind of like put it like this, Ray, you fuck with Tory, right?
Okay, so he's referring to someone named Ray. I don't know who Ray is, but this is basically his third person that he has in to fight his battles right now. And so instead of him addressing Fresh directly, and as I say, we all know Fresh to be an easygoing person, instead of him directly speaking up to Fresh, like, hey, I don't like what you did, he's going to give Ray the opportunity to speak on his behalf. It's quite cute.
KHEP.com is back again. He said, Marquett, what skill sets do you possess that aided in the creation of your technology, and at what age did you know you wanted to be a founder?
So I'll take that backward. Founder, meaning entrepreneur, business owner. I always was an entrepreneur, in as much as if you read my book, you'll read about my beginnings in entrepreneurship and in sales, selling various products, some illegal, some not illegal. So that's what I was. That's what I always started as. And then I was forced into entrepreneurship because, you know, even coming out of elite universities, having a name like Marquett, which most people probably think is a black woman, and who wants to hire an African-American woman, right? And additionally, not having connections, which is why I emphasize to you guys so much relationships. You have to build relationships because competence and skills don't get you hired or promoted. People knowing you and liking you gets you hired and promoted. So that's number two. Then number three, with regards to the mindset that allowed me to build a technology business, it actually wasn't the skills, it was the drive, which is to say you can pretty much do anything you have the mind to get done. I mean, let us be real. Do you really think that Elon Musk is intellectually and skill-wise competent in terms of building financial services, building automobiles, and building rockets? No, he doesn't have the skills to do those three things that are fairly disparate. He has the drive to do it. You see, I hire a lot of people. I give the Saints a lot of opportunities. Sometimes they don't even get the work done. They take too long, and it's fine. It is what it is. I have to figure out who's who. But the point is, it's the drive to do things on time, to do things quickly, to be strategic. It's the drive. And that's why my book, The Black Box, is such a great work, because it gives you the drive. It taps into that. It asks you, who are you really? The academic or technical skills are irrelevant. You can learn those, but the drive is really a part of who you are. You know, say mathematics, you might learn a concept in mathematics, but the question is, who are you? That is something harder to learn.
Okay, Varric said, peace to the Saints.
Peace to the Saints.
Victor said, peace to the Saints, tuition, just bought the black stripe jacket, looking forward to enjoying another quality product. Thank you for all you do, it is much appreciated.
Thank you as well. You're going to enjoy this one.
And Justin on Cash App said, I always enjoy your breakdown, Saint. Peace to the Saints.
Peace to the Saints.
My nigga, if you with Tory and say you see some shit happen, right? Nigga, even if you had to record it, my nigga, but say like Tory could look crazy, are you putting that shit out, bro?
Never in my life.
Notice what he did. He says, hey, Ray, imagine you're with Tory Lanez and you have to record something. Are you going to put it out if it can make Tory Lanez look bad? Now, mind you, he didn't say, are you going to put it out because it's the truth? You know, like he's saying, would you hide the truth to make him look good? That's what he's saying. Would you hide the truth to make your man look good? That's what he's saying. But what he's really, the underlying piece is he's saying, hey, Ray, if you were in the position that Fresh was in and I am Tory Lanez, would you do what Fresh did? That's what he's saying. Like, why is he engaging in doublespeak? It's like, come on, man. In the African-American culture, we have a phrase of make it plain, which is like, bruh, just say what it is. We don't need you beating around the bush, my boy. So what he really is trying to say is, if you were Fresh, would you do what Fresh did? And the underlying piece, even the third level down on what he's like saying behind the bush is, I don't like what Fresh did. Hey, Ray, you tell Fresh that I don't like what he did because I'm too much of a hoe to tell him. That's what it came down to.
You get what I mean? So it's like, bro, I felt like everybody thought it was a moment for clout. Like, and this is why, like, I hope everybody understands what it is. They don't care about who was fighting. They don't care about who was filming. There's only one name they're going to keep talking about. Akademiks. They don't even call my girl's name, my nigga.
So number one, how ironic is it that DJ Akademiks says everyone thought it was a moment for clout? And by everyone, this word everyone, he actually means Fresh. Fresh thought it was a moment for clout because that's the only person who was recording that he's mad at right now. Fresh. So that's what he should have said, number one. Number two is when he said everyone thought it was a moment for clout. Like, hold on, my boy. I could have sworn you went on Fresh and Fit's show so you could get some clout. Not only were you not an invited guest on there, you just showed up. And not only were you not invited, you brought a little crack whore with you, and she wasn't invited. So you showed up special uninvited guest, brought her with you, and then invited yourself onto the show live when it wasn't even your show to be on. So who's really chasing clout? And last I checked, bruh, I ain't seen DJ Akademiks popping since ever. You ain't really came back into the mainstream until you started associating with Fresh and Fit. You dig? Because no one ever talked about you. They just talked about who you talked about. Let that be known.
Akademiks girl and some other girl. Like, that's just all it's going to be. So the people who claim they were with me, who were trying to get clout off the situation, y'all put the shit out for no fucking reason. Now I'm just dealing with a bunch of, like, you know, fallout. Granted, it is my fault because I should.
What a psychopath this guy is. He's complaining about the consequences of his actions. I kid you not. He went to a show uninvited, brought a girl with him who was also not invited. He ended up creating havoc during the show and ruining it and causing it to be ended prematurely. Then the havoc spills out into the lobby of an upscale building. He then has a fight result from his behaviors and his actions. And now he's mad that there's a fallout and he has to deal with the consequences of his own actions. This is femininity at the highest level. And this might be worse than femininity. It's just basic immaturity and irresponsibility. And what's worse is he doesn't have the manliness to straight up say, Fresh, you were chasing clout. Fresh, I didn't want you recording me. Although, here's the irony. Weren't you recording Fresh at many times he didn't want you recording him? Weren't you trying to gain clout off of Fresh many times? Haven't you had many private, conversations that were supposed to be private? Haven't you had private conversations in public for the viewing public so that you could run up the views, my boy? Come on now. All of a sudden, we got to keep everything private. I thought you liked to do it for the content, for the people. Not anymore, huh?
Bro, shorty there. But damn, nigga, like, why is everybody trying to use that footage?
You're talking about
they
Fresh.
took a random angle. They took the angles of the people that were actually the main components in it.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Fresh, you just not a real one, bro. That's all I gotta say, dog.
Oh, there it is. Quote, Fresh, you are not a real one. Well, who did that come from? Did that come from DJ Akademiks? No. DJ Akademiks is a passive-aggressive, low-level dirtbag, a ballless man. He's a ballless man. Call him Young M.A. He's a ballless man who basically set it up for this side dude, his sidekick, Robin, to his Batman to say, Fresh, you ain't a real one. He did all the groundwork and then left it silent. Go ahead, say what I want to say. Fresh, you ain't a real one. Wow.
Hep.com is back again. Said Marquett, how are you so good at managing your emotions when dealing with female irrationality? Is it because your eyes are always on the prize?
On a number of prizes, you dig? Here's the thing. I was just listening to a live I did recently, and I've been pumping out a lot of content on the Saints, so do check that channel because there's a lot of game there. One of the pieces that you'll be hearing shortly is I say, if you wake up in the morning and you say, today I want to make $30,000 today in this 24-hour period, and you're serious about that goal and you're on a race, when you encounter certain situations, they're irrelevant because you ask yourself, like, okay, I could argue with this broad, or I could say, what does this have to do with this $40,000 I'm trying to make right now, or however much you're trying to make in this 24-hour period? You align all actions and activities and persons to the goal and ask, what's the relevance? Oh, there's no relevance? Yeah, let me set that to the side. It will not get my attention, my emotions, any of my capitals. That's number one. Then number two, experience. You dig? It's just like you're not going to get nervous in a boxing ring if you've boxed a lot. First time you're in that ring, you're going to be super nervous. Nervous for a variety of reasons. Nervous to get hit, nervous to lose, nervous to get tired, nervous because the audience is watching. But I've dealt with a good number of women. You dig? I didn't deal with more women than DJ Akademiks and dealt with cupcakes. You dig?
Can we have a hater who's been asking a while how to send money and wanted to know if Cash App or credit card? So I think they needed a credit card to send it, but they got super chat.
Okay.
And they said, Act also was poppin'. You barely hit 100K. Also, you failed businesses. You only lucky with 2 companies. He friends with Drake, IRL. Who you friends with?
Nice.
That's hard to read.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I love these situations. Now, here's the funny thing, Saints. I kind of relish this. Here we go. Number one, you can tell this is a person with low IQ because, again, the English is so bad. And I often remind that if English is your first language, you should speak it well. This is an African American. We can clearly see due to the structure of the mistakes. He writes, Ack also was poppin'. Also was poppin'. Also would mean in addition to, right? Like, so, like, who else are you talking about? This person is just clearly brain dead. So, oh, and of course, his name is Spider Gamer. He's a gamer. Oh, gosh. Which means he's a jack-off artist. He stays at home, beats his meat all day, lives in his mom's basement. It's okay. So, Act was popping. You barely hit 100K. He's talking about subscribers, not dollars. You dig? Now, here's the thing. Subscribers don't necessarily translate to dollars, especially on this channel. Whether this channel was at 100K subscribers or 1,000,000 subscribers, it doesn't translate to dollars because I don't run any advertisements on this channel. So when you watch the game, you get to watch it pure, uninterrupted, no commercials. It's my gift to you. So that's number one. So it doesn't matter if it's at 100K or 1,000,000. Moreover, I'm a businessman. I'm not a YouTuber. So I've not spent the last 10, 20 years like DJ Akademiks building a YouTube following. It's not been my life's work. And I wouldn't want it to be. I would never want to die and on my tombstone it says YouTuber. To me, that'd be an embarrassment. That's number one. Then you should have put a period after that, my dear boy. Then you should start a capital sentence and write also and then comma. And then you should spell out you, Y-O-U. You failed businesses. It's amazing that someone who can't speak English can talk about failed businesses as though they were a part of the business. One thing I want to warn just the whole viewing public, use your head. What are the chances that an African American who can't speak English understands business? What are the chances of that? Secondly, what are the chances that an African American who can't speak English and wasn't a part of any of my businesses would know if they're successful or not successful? They're private businesses. They're not on the New York Stock Exchange. You can't view our books or anything like that. So what are the chances? And then ask yourself, what are the chances a guy who literally is always flying around the world and has been doing that for over a decade, what are the chances that he's been broke for a decade while flying around the world? And what are the chances? Quite low. So this is just silliness. The weird thing in our era is that people think that they can say something and just because they keep repeating it, they think that it makes it true. But no one believes you. It just doesn't add up. And put my Instagram in there so that people can check my IG and see what my life is really like. And if you scroll back, you'll see my life has been like this before YouTube. It's been like this a long time. Anyways, he writes, you only lucky with 2 companies, which is to say 2 businesses, 2 corporations. Now, mind you, if one creates one successful corporation, that can make you a millionaire. It can make you a billionaire, one corporation. You just conceded that I've had 2 successful corporations, and you can actually read about my companies in Forbes, for example. Forbes is the publication that puts out the list of billionaires. That's Forbes. They talk about people who matter. Let me know if DJ Akademiks is in Forbes. I'm just curious. Moreover, you said I have 2 successful companies that I got lucky with. No one gets lucky in business, especially if you're black. If you're black and you grew up in poverty and your father was in the pen when you were born and your mother was on crack cocaine, that's not lucky, my boy. You only get out of that through being very clever and very hardworking.
And I want to point out, Danny said 2 companies is not luck.
Right. 2 times. Maybe if there was a such thing as a lucky company, it might be 1, but 2 of them isn't luck. That's quite a strange thing to say. It just shows like the level of hatred that you have. And don't worry, one day we're going to catch you and skin you alive, my dear boy. Was there a last piece to that?
I think so, but I think someone might have blocked him.
Someone might have blocked him? Oh, that's a pity.
Oh, no,
that's
here
a pity.
it is. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, and then he writes, he friends with Drake. Who you friends with? This is the kind of thing that makes me want to bring back slavery, but not slavery just based on race, but slavery based on stupidity. And I would surely have you as one of my slaves. And every day I just, if I ever had a challenge in my day, I would just go beat you in particular just for fun. And then one day eventually beat you to death. But anyways, so he's friends with Drake. Who am I friends with? Well, Drake is cool. He's a Canadian singer and rapper. That's cool. Who am I friends with? I'm friends with 3 former presidents of the United States of America. I'm friends with 13 presidential candidates for the United States of America. I'm friends with current governors, current mayors, former mayors. I'm friends with religious leaders from around the world. I'm personal friends with people who lead government in South Korea. I'm personal friends with people who are high up in the Chinese Communist Party. I'm personal friends with people who are high up in the government in Puerto Rico. I'm friends with a lot of people. And I also have celebrity friends as well. But I don't mention them because to me, celebrities don't matter. You see, Drake doesn't matter. Like if I ever caught a case, for example, Drake ain't gonna get me out. It's gonna be me calling up some of the old white guys I know that'll get me out, or some of the older Jewish women I know that'll get me out. You dig? So who cares about a guy like Drake? I'm more so thinking about who can, make me wealthier and give me an introduction, a high-level introduction to the government of Israel. Things like that where we can make significant amounts of money, where I can keep you guys guessing on how I live this lavish lifestyle. You dig?
All right, let's
Carrying
go.
on.
Sheldon said, "Can't lie, man. I was on the fence about you because I thought you were acting too arrogant sometimes. But man, you're just being super real, and I'm now a huge fan. Also, you have the best intro, period." In
a real way.
Dorsey sells cars said, "Peace to
He's slanging the cars. He's slanging them.
The plight of DJ Akademiks is indeed a cautionary tale."
There are 2 people that you're going to learn a lot from on the internet. Number 1 is Taxstone. Taxstone is a great example of what you shouldn't be, as well as DJ Akademiks. Taxstone, who is that? That's a black guy who used to be I don't think he's African American either, I'd be curious. But that's some black guy from New York who used to be a podcaster. And he was a real street dude in a real way. Thorough, but he was also a hater. And in the course of being a hater and hating on real ones, like Troy Ave, you heard me? And this is a cautionary note. You had Taxstone, who was a mere podcaster. He used to be a street dude, but he became a podcaster. He hating on dudes like Troy Ave, real goons. You dig? People who really put in work, a real hustler. And Troy was like, "Bro, why you hating on me? I'm doing my thing. You just hating out of no reason, and you making up lies about me. Don't do that." Long story short, they met up. They ended up in the same place at the same time. We got to see what was what. One body ended up being caught. Some guns end up getting popped off, and then next thing you know, Troy Ave is locked up. You see, he lost. He lost that one. When you end up locked up for the rest of your life, you lost. Or you end up dead, you lost. But what was the root of it? The root of it was just hating. It's hating. Stop being jealous. I've never hated anyone for what they have or what they are. I've only supported and congratulated. I like to see people win. I like to see them talking reckless. You heard me? Yeah, you pull up in that Bugatti, that whatever crazy car you got, look like a spaceship. Yeah, I want to see you swag. I want to see you feeling like a boss. I'ma salute you. You dig? Wouldn't matter if I'm in a car just as good or I'm on a bicycle. I'm saluting. It's my nature. It's my personality. When you're strong, you don't feel weaker when you see somebody else that's strong. Talk to me.
Michael said new subscriber earned, so anyone new to the channel,
oh yeah,
subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit the subscribe button because we actually give out information that's going to enhance your life. I call it edutainment. You dig? Most entertaining guy on the internet.
We have some more. KWD said YouTube should be a hobby and winners make their own luck. Peace to the saints.
Let's go.
3 Diglets said, "Is Akademiks the prize?"
I'm about to make a meme, actually. This is going to be fun. You're going to like this one, 3.
Trendon said, "Appreciate the consistent content. Please like the video. Peace to the saints."
Easy, right? You're really a poor person when you're like, "I'm not going to like the video until I watch it." You're so poor that all you have is a like. That's one of the values you're holding on to. Give me a break, my boy.
Walton just purchased the Satan Center duffel bag.
Oh, word.
Which proceeds all go to Steve.
Yeah, the profit of that all goes to Steve Jimenez. So if you go to thesasn.com, you'll see a bag, has my logo on it, and someone just like you produced it, gave him the design, he did the footwork, and he's going to make all the money from that. And there's a number of products on there that you'll see at thesasn.com, whether they have my logo or not. These are guys who did a consultation with me, learned about business, and now they're making money, and I'm helping them do that. And that's the kind of love that I show. That's when you actually do want to help someone instead of come on YouTube and present yourself as a holy person or a giver. We could talk about it or we could be about it. the gentleman said that I talk arrogantly, which is, I don't know if I'd use that term, but it can be accurate at times. But the truth is I deliver every time. I must be like UPS or Amazon Prime. You dig? I deliver. But in addition to that, my deeds are good deeds. You can line me up against any pastor, priest, imam, sheikh. My deeds will outweigh theirs. I promise you. I have no problem being the man that I've been in all the years I've been on earth and standing in front of God, Allah, Yahweh, or whoever you want to go get, and measure me up against any of these holy men. And you'll see who's really done good. They might have spoken well, but who actually got it done, that's a different thing. And that's why I encourage you guys to be a man of action.
Haven said, peace to the Saints. Hope you and Bridget enjoying the world tour. Also, today was a beautiful day for boxing. You have a few fights to watch.
In a real way, I see.
It's a good thing we didn't order that pay-per-view.
Oh, really?
Very good thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, hey, here's the funny thing, Saints, is that, we're trying to order some of these pay-per-views and they can't be purchased in this region, actually, unfortunately. So, yes, we do have a lot to catch up on.
On PayPal, Ramsey sent one last night. I told him we would read it. He'd like it read.
Okay.
He said, here's a situation that happened, and I'd like to know what you would have done.
Oh, right. I actually had meant to make a community post about that. I wanted to hear what everyone thinks and would do before I spoke on that.
So you want to do that? And
yeah.
We'll address it on a different
Absolutely.
live stream?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ramsey, we'll make a community post and then address it.
Yeah, so remind me to do that.
Okay. Kevin sent a cash app. He said, we are witnessing the demise of Fat Ack.
In a real way.
Ben God said, quit banging my line hoe.
You dig.
Wills said, tuition, bring back slavery.
Yeah, that's probably going to be one of the things that's going to get me in trouble eventually. You dig? But I promise you what I won't do. You'll never see your boy on a world media tour making apologies. No, sir, you won't. You're going to see me getting even more lit.
Walton says, shout out to the producer, Steve Jimenez, Mitchell, Christian, Marcos, and other Saints getting their hustle on. Peace with Saints. And Walton is a true supporter.
Yeah, and shout out to Walton because, obviously I have lines of merch that I produce, and I also support the Saints in making product, and he supports everyone. He supports everyone. So thank you to Walton. And those are the kind of men that create community. Those are leaders. Here we go.
Realistically,
hold on, Ray.
It's just not real.
Ray?
Yes, your friend Smiley, whatever the redhead girl, that is your friend. That is your people.
That is not
your own.
Nigga, you gotta.
First off, I thought I used the N-word a lot. But moreover, why is it that Ray, who had nothing to do with the whole situation, Ray wasn't in the situation, DJ Akademiks brought on basically a little underling to confront Fresh on his behalf. Why is Ray on the call, and why is Ray the one confronting Fresh instead of DJ Akademiks? This sounds like some hoe stuff to me.
Damien said, Ack is a where my hug at boy.
Oh, and clearly.
Steve said Akademiks didn't do his homework on Mr. Saint. He looks at YouTube subscribers as value because that's his value, which is cool.
Period.
He gonna pay now because he didn't do his research. He's one move away from getting canceled.
Oh yeah. And I'll be at the lead of the mob. You dig?
The Rational Male said, does anyone know if Ack has a deal pending with Spotify? Peace to the Saints.
I have no clue, but I ain't making a penny off it. You dig? So I wouldn't even check into it. And I always advise you guys, ask the right question. So for me, that's not a question. He probably lying. Like, he lies about a lot of things. But I wouldn't even check into it because it's not going to make me $1 with Spotify. You dig?
Jan Carlos sent tuition.
Peace to the Saints.
Bro, like, she can't because I was there. Nigga, she don't ever come out with me, bro. I'm like, nigga, why are you here?
She was there before Ack was there. She was in your crib or whatever.
Yo, Ray. I know you don't know me like that, nigga, but if you say L. So just so you know, right? She comes in the studio and she brings girls. She don't come out with me in the club, never.
Now, let me tell you guys something that I'm serious about. If somebody is bringing me money, someone wrote, oh, okay. No, that might actually be Rolo. Rolo and I have communicated a little bit, so that might be Rolo in the chat. Regardless, and shout out to Rolo. Regardless, there's something you guys should never do, especially as a businessman. I always say, show love to those who show love to you. You don't abandon people who do business with you, who support you, who help you earn, especially if they've never wronged you. So what you have here is that Ray having a battery in his back, which was charged up by DJ Akademiks. Akademiks pushed him out to go insult and attack Fresh. Now Fresh is on the defensive, and rather than seeing the greater play at hand, which is this has all been orchestrated by DJ Akademiks, and saying, hey Ray, shut the fuck up. You ain't got nothing to do with this. You's a hoe. Sit down and shut up. DJ Akademiks, look, buddy, if you got something to say to the big homie, go ahead and speak directly. But in the absence of you speaking directly, I'm going to speak directly back at you. You want to be passive aggressive? I'm going to be aggressive. Let me aggressively say, you's a bitch, okay? And I recorded you because I wanted the content and it's going to run up them views and make me some ad revenue. And low key, you did the same thing to me and I wasn't even tripping. So why you acting like a hoe right now? I really couldn't call it, but I think it's your nature. But regardless, if you got an issue, go ahead and press the issue. You know where I be at. We can get it in, you fat bassa. That's what I'd have probably said. But hey, that's just me though. Carrying on.
Because
all right, so she's your employee, pretty much.
No, nigga.
Hey, hold on. Wait, hold on. And by the way, I want you to keep back and forth. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because
now Fresh made a mistake because he's throwing under the bus the redhead wig girl, the girl who at the Pippi Longstockings wig. Yeah, that one. The one who thinks she Irish, but she ain't Irish. That chick, he throwing her under the bus and he about to mess up his own paper, right? Because now you're showing that you're not loyal. If she's been bringing girls to the show, yeah, let's keep good relations. You heard me? She bringing the thoughts to the show. And the show is the Thought Olympics. That's what the show's about. It's about the thoughts. So if the thoughts ain't there, that's going to mess the money up. Now, granted, I'm sure you can have a lot of other slores bring more slores. Because slores know slores. Because birds of a feather flock together. But why mess that up and why sully your own reputation looking disloyal to someone who's been loyal to you? That's not a good look. And it's all love. I say that as a point of guidance so that he may prosper in the future. You dig? And I don't even find that to be a part of his character because I've generally found him to be a pretty cool, easygoing guy who doesn't put anybody down.
Muhammad says, shout out to Rolla, a good friend of F&F who knows what kind of snake DJ Ak is.
Whew.
Survival of the Simp said, the beauty of masculinity is that it exposes any and every man that doesn't conduct himself accordingly.
In a real way.
There's mad blogs who hit me up like, these motherfuckers really fuck with me. That's why, like, I know Shade Room gonna be whatever, but a lot of people hit me up and everybody was asking, why Fresh doing this? Why Fresh? I'm gonna keep it real with you.
This guy has the same tactic. I want to slap this fat. He does the exact same thing. When I came, so DJ Akademiks made a video about the big homie. It was trash. Everyone told him, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not let the same sinner loose. Sharkeisha, no! Like they saw me coming, they told him, don't do it. What did he do in his video? I don't even know this man. Everybody told me that. People told me that. He kept saying, people told me. Everybody told me. It was never him speaking for himself. What is he doing with Fresh? Same thing. Oh, all the blogs hit me up. All the blogs told me. All the blogs said, why is Fresh dissing you? Why Fresh ain't your friend? All the blogs said it. Bruh, shut up. Don't nobody believe that. These are your thoughts. These are your thoughts, little homie. And you're basically trying to position it like someone else gave you this idea and now you're presenting it to Fresh like, what have you to say about this? Come on, bro. You phony as hell. Oh, the blogs hit me up. I got a beep on my pager. Who wrote the beep? Who sent me this beep? It was from the blogs. Why is Fresh acting like that? It was the blogs that said it. You's a nerd.
Out of Fresh, and this is my honest opinion. I say, you know what? Like, after that whole Miranda shit, like, he might be on some shit like, well, nigga, you use the Miranda shit. I'm going to use this. That's how I looked at it. Granted, I don't agree with it, but I'm like, nigga, I'm just not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to be tight at you, though. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Wait, you're not going to be a hypocrite except you're doing a whole live stream about it, complaining and even sicking your little dog onto Fresh. But you're not tight about it. Okay, bro. That's That's cool. And for somehow it bothered you, even though you did the exact same thing. I think they call that a taste of your own medicine. Okay, bro, cool. And my understanding is that Miranda was a sugar baby. I couldn't live like that. But then my understanding is that your girlfriend's a hooker. A hooker. Captain Hook. A hooker. He hooked her, but she's a hooker. He hooking the hookers. What's going on, my boy? This is how we living out here? You done got famous and became DJ Ak so you could date hookers? Wow. I can't even respect his tricking. His tricking is out of control because it's like, bruh, look, hold on. Last I checked is if you get a hooker, you pay for the sex and you get her out the way. And then you go into your real life, you know? Like married men, sometimes they go get them a little hooker, and then send the hooker to the side and go back to their wife. But you being a lonely, ugly, fat narcissist with a gap between his teeth who wears a baseball cap to bed because you hate to see your own hairline, you being that guy, you don't even have a woman. So you can't even deal with the hooker, send her home and then stick with your girl because you ain't got one. So you make the fatal mistake of paying the hooker to be a hooker, and now you're continuing to pay the hooker to be your main piece. That's low, my boy. That's really low. That's really low. It's one thing to turn a hoe into a housewife. And when people use the pejorative hoe, they're speaking about promiscuous women. They're not speaking about a literal hoe. This man then literally turned a hoe to a housewife. This is crazy. And he even claiming her. Have you no shame? Have you no shame? If this chick was a hooker, I for damn sure would be, hey girl, where does COVID-19 mask? Where the COVID-19 mask when the cameras is filming? Come on, man.
Okay, Ismail sent a PayPal. He said, peace to the saints. Is there a chance to get the black box in paperback? I will link the Amazon. I know he's in Europe somewhere, I believe, so I'm not sure what.
Yeah, depending on which European country he's in, like overwhelming majority of Europe can get the black box on paperback. Absolutely.
And you can just search the black box by Marquett de Von Burton on
Amazon.
I mean, because I know you was typing me for the Miranda shit at one point. I'm like,
at least I called you. You didn't call me, bro.
Okay, no, all right. So that's what I'm saying.
So number one, you're a real dirtbag. If you did something against your friend, this is a friend of me. You don't need enemies when you have DJ Akademiks as your best buddy. He'll do the job. So you did something that you knew would hurt your friend, and it hurt him enough that he felt you should have called him and you didn't. Instead, you ran to the internet to clout chase, which you regularly accuse other people of doing. In fact, your whole career is clout chasing. You built a career on clout chasing. No one wants to hear a fat Jamaican immigrant talk. No, we only listen to DJ Akademiks because he's bringing on a interesting African American who is a meaningful cultural symbol in our music, which is hip hop music or R&B or our entertainment sphere that we have created, which is why the African American is the most influential ethnic group on the planet Earth. Disproportionate influence for our very small size numerically.
Pete Crawley said, peace to the saints. Honestly, Fresh is getting what he wants from Livingston, which is more exposure. Ak is the one who seems hurt.
Ak seems very hurt. But what I can assure you is there's some people that you can look at them and you can tell, like, this person's a savage. Like, for example, when you see someone under pressure or under challenge, look at how they react. You might see somebody behave one way in the public and then behind closed doors, they're another way. Robin Williams is a great example. He's a comedian. He's cracking jokes in the public. Behind closed doors, he got a divorce and it eventually led to his suicide. Now, for example, with myself, I remember one time I was in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm playing basketball with a bunch of Baltimore cats. You heard me? And I like to talk greasy when I hoop. I ain't hooped in years, but back then I used to hoop every day. I was a serious hooper. And this one cat, you know, he trying to body me up down low. I was like, you's a bitch. Back that ass up. You my hoe. I'm talking greasy, you heard me? And he hit me, and then my Achilles tendon ripped in half. Snapped, ripped in half. This is because I was on a lunch break. I didn't have time to stretch. I just went straight into hooping. I advise you to stretch. Anyways, Achilles tendon ripped straight in half. Sounds like a gunshot when it rips. Long story short, I collapsed. And, you know, this is something that's reasonably painful. What am I doing? I'm still talking shit. I'm laid out, can't even get up. My Achilles snap, my whole foot is wobbling like this. I was like, you's a bitch. I was like, how did this weak ass nigga break my Achilles tendon? Maybe you, but not this weak one. You's a hoe. He's a hoe. Somebody wrap up this ankle. I can still guard this guy. You trash. I could guard you on one leg. Give me a crutch. I'm still talking weak, still talking reckless. I ain't never weak with it. Why? Because that's who I am 24 hours a day, a real savage. My Achilles ripped. I can't walk. It should be painful. I'm still talking reckless because I'm actually that. You heard me? I'm actually that. Wheel me out on the wheelchair. I'm still cracking jokes, talking reckless. I'm that all the way through. There's no other layer. Other people, when you peel back the layers, you're like, whoa, this is like a gummy bear. It's getting softer and sweeter, softer and sweeter. So some people put some image out on the internet or in the public, but that's not what they really like. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any softness. When people make fun of me, I might laugh with you. You heard me? So I say that to say you don't know how these guys are doing behind camera. You really don't know. But based on what I see in front of the camera, I think people are getting their feelings hurt on both sides.
Derek said the best way to make Act disappear is hide all his hats.
This man, Bodek, is like waging psychological warfare on him. Y'all saw when that little crack whore had ripped his hat off his head and just launched it. He went to go get his hat immediately. I was like, wow. I was like, he paused his anger. He was mad at her, like, I'm the prize. I bought you that bag. I bought you. She take his hat off, toss it. He was like, wait, hold on. I'll be right back. Wing got his hat, put it back on. It's like, he paused his whole anger. Wow, that's low self-esteem.
Christopher said appreciation.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate those who show support as well.
Carry on.
That's why I'm not upset at you. I'm like, I think
you're lying.
When you do this, you're looking at it like, well, Act. Remember what happened with Miranda? And I'm like, all right, then cool. Even though, granted,
Miranda.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, granted, that shit, you know what I mean? It's not like you was on TMZ, my nigga. I'm on TMZ and Shade Room, and I'm trending on Twitter for.
Oh, see, this is the sick part. Psychologically, peep this. Act kind of backhanded him. Disrespect. Check this out. It was deep. I hope you caught this. Act said, yeah, I did you dirty on the Miranda piece with your sugar baby. Yeah, I did you dirty. But why you gonna do me dirty, man, with my hooker? Because it's not like you was on TMZ or nothing. You ain't no celebrity or nothing. Like, you know, you do me dirty, I'm on TMZ, you dig? And he kind of, like, he likes that. So one, he got to put Fresh down yet again. Yes, another one. So he got to put Fresh down again. And you'll see if you go to thesassin.com/about, we outline our values, principles, laws, mores. And in there, I give a couple quotations. And one is that you do not grow larger by making others smaller. I repeat, you do not grow larger by making others smaller. And one thing that DJ Akademiks, DJ Akademiks, DJ Akademiks, one thing he loves doing is putting others down. You'll always notice that the personalities that like putting people down, these are people with low self-esteem, for they cannot feel like they're standing tall unless you look small. They cannot stand among giants because they know on the inside they are not one. They are very weak and scared and insecure. And so they will put down everyone, and especially those closest to them, typically who are their friends and family. It's a sad thing. So anyways, he puts Fresh down. And you wasn't on TMZ. You ain't no real celebrity. And not only does he give Fresh a slap in the face with that, he also is giving himself a big up. And you can tell that he likes it. Even though he's on TMZ for reasons that are not respectable, he's still happy to be spoken about. You know, he's happy to be relevant.
Jim Carlos said, peace to the saints. Marquett, I'm a beat maker and have been working on this skill for 2 years.
Okay.
I love music, but your videos on product-based business sparked my interest. Should I go hard on my music or do both?
Well, you should first ask yourself if your beats are good. Now, I've not heard any of your beats, and the thing when you're talking about talent-based pursuits, there's a market for many things. In some cases, your beats could be terrible. Or you just fail to get your beats to the correct audience that appreciates your type of work. So that's the first thing. If your beats are good, you should find out, and you should do some market research to figure this out. And if your beats indeed are good, then you should get them sold and make money on it if you're passionate about it. If you've been working at something consistently, sometimes you have to figure out when to either A, quit, or B, just make it a hobby, not a financial pursuit. And if you find that it's hobby worthy but not perhaps financially viable, then I would go ahead and switch onto something else, and product-based business might be a good idea for you.
On Cash App, Sisto said, he said tuition, and he's Beasto in the chat.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Shout out to Sisto, and he's contributed before. Appreciate that.
For 15 hours straight. But okay, I'm not going to, like, I get it. You know what I mean? Shoot, you're like, well, I probably would have ran with it. I'm going to run with this too. I'm just saying it was a little bit different, but I'm not mad at it. But
Wait, how's it a little bit different? It's actually exactly the same. It's you and a female, and it was him and a female. It's exactly the same. The only way you could describe this as different is if you find yourself to be superior to Fresh. If you find yourself to be superior in terms of your fame, superior in terms of the consequences there'll be more serious consequences because you're more important. But at the end of the day, you don't look at your friends like that. I never look at my friends and say, oh, I would do you dirty because you're not a YouTuber. I would do you dirty because, it's not going to have as big an impact because you're not like a wealthy, well-known guy as much as I am. No, when you have friends, you have something called respect, mutual respect, and you treat them the way you would hope they would treat you. You show them the love and regard you would hope they would show to you. So what you see here is that he doesn't find himself to be on equal playing field with Fresh. He thinks he's up here. He thinks Fresh is down here. Although he seems to always show up to go on Fresh's platform so that he can increase his own profile. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Quite a sick, sad thing that we're observing here. And this is the height of fakeness and the height of fake friendship. And if you find that you're in a fake friendship, and we all have situations where people hang around us, whether it's a male or a female, trying to get in our good graces just to use and abuse us, get that person out of there. There's no sense in saying, okay, he hasn't done anything really bad. I'm going to just wait until he really screws me over. Then I'm going to end the relationship. That's not how rational men think. Chess moves, baby. You don't wait until they make the chess move and then react. You say, okay, I predict that my opponent is going to do this, this, and this. In advance of that, I'm going to take the initiative.
Hear what Ray's saying. I'm going to let y'all keep going.
Go ahead, Ray. Let me hear you now.
That's all I'm saying.
Who's Ray?
If she brings girls to your podcast, whatever you got going, that's pretty much your employee. She makes sure you guys have the content. As your employee, she went out with you guys, and she happened to do some funny shit on the side and get the video out there. Mind you, you're selling the video as well. It's fucked up.
The thing that's weird to me is like, number one, bro, like, hold on, homie. How you tell me who my employee is? I tell you if somebody's on payroll, if they're not on payroll. You don't tell me who my employee is. So just the fact that Fresh is even letting little homie lay down law like this, like, bro, hold on, slow up, swole up. Nah, I told you it's not my employee, so don't say that that's the case because we already clarified that. And secondly, who the fuck are you, Ray? Ray who? I only know Ray Charles. You get the fuck up out of here, bro. Like, let's just talk me and Akademiks. Who the fuck is Ray? Does anybody know who Ray is? Just side note. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, let me stop cursing. Ray is Tory Lane's manager. Yeah, and get him out of here. Ray, you go by the name Ray like you ultra famous. Ain't nobody heard of you. Come on, bro.
What's up, bro? If Akademiks is your real friend, it's fucked up.
So let's go with that then. Cool. When I had a scenario, right, and niggas was like, "Oh, fresh this, fresh that," and my brand's on the line, what did Act do? Take that video and post it. I make a whole stream about fresh simmer, fresh sugar, nigga. What I do? Cool. Took it to the chin. Now it's my turn.
Now let me tell you what's real petty and hoe-like in this situation. Number one, you're two men who are supposed to be friends. Why are you now engaging in like subtle jabs at one another? Oh, he put me on the internet. Now I'm gonna put him on the internet. Why can't we come to a round table and like bosses and figure out what the situation is and squash it? If we really have love for one another, let me tell you guys about a real friendship. Like Jabrizi and I, good friends. You've never one time heard of us having an argument. Why? We've never one time had an argument. Never one time. And I tell you what, if anyone ever was to speak negatively about my good friend Jabrizi to me, oh, I'm going to have to shut that. Oh, no, we can't even hear that. Nah, shut that conversation down. Let me move you out the way. Nah, you don't talk about my people to me. That's ludicrous. We've never once had a disagreement. We've never once tried to one-up each other. You heard me? There have been times I done, threw the alley-oop, took a bad bitch, alley-oop, dunk that one for your boy Jabri. Yeah, stroke her out. Tell her to shout out the big homie. Yeah, man, do it for the big homie, man. Yeah, if I can't get her, let the homie get her. You dig? When you have love for somebody, you want them to have good things like you have good things. When they win, you win. You take pride in them and in their accomplishments. But when you're a frenemy, you really want the other person to lose, low key. You really want the things that they have to be your things. When they win, you wish you won. When you have a frenemy. But here's the weird thing that I hope you guys are observing. What does Ray have to do with this conversation? And why is DJ Akademiks sitting back like a fat cat and saying, hey, go fight my battle for me, Ray? And why is Ray goofy enough to go like, okay, sure thing, boss. Yes, a massa. That's strange.
Okay, NBA Mastermind said at least Fresh wasn't screaming, I'm the prize. Fresh is just too appreciative for the connections he made through ACK.
And I take the content, nigga, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But still, at the same time, I defended him about the whole fight because I didn't want the nigga to be on blast for like hitting a girl. So it's like, yo, that talk right there, bro, is what it is.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, yo, I hate to drop my nuts though.
He said, I didn't want him to be put on blast for hitting the girl. Hey, it's too late, bro. And what kind of hoe are you? Not only are you hitting the broad, you hit her in public, man. And it's not like you trying to give her a pimp whooping to make sure that she bring that dough back on time and stay on the blade when you asked her to, you dig? And quit fraternizing with people who ain't paying. It's not like you did that. You did it because you was a simp with hurt feelings, which is a weak male.
Drop my nuts, but I always got to do the big act thing. Unfortunately, my nigga, it's a very, like, I hope Fresh understands this. It's a very big difference between Big Ack and you, my nigga.
Oh,
when you do something, your audience cares. When I do something that could be considered whatever, the whole world is on my ass. You know?
Wow. That was crazy. No, for real. Everyone watching this live, no, seriously. Did he just say, there's a big difference between when I do something and when you do something? You the little homie, I'm the big homie. When you do something, your little audience cares. Your little audience. When I do something, the whole world cares. I'm Big Ack. Livingston. Wow, that was crazy disrespectful. This one I would have went cartoon on him and stuck my hand through the phone receiver. You ever see a cartoon, they stick their hand through the phone and come out on the other end and slap somebody? That's crazy. Lord.
Sean said peace to the saints. I'd rather not have friends than have friends like that.
And bruh, you telling me he didn't just embarrass you on the internet, say, yeah, your little audience. It's funny how Act talks about the little audience that Fresh has when Fresh and Fit does more views than him. And moreover, if Fresh has a little audience, why do you keep going on their show? Especially when you're not invited. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't understand.
You know what I mean? Nigga, you could say anything about my girl, and if I got defended to the chat niggas, that's a 3-minute conversation. Me having to fight Shade Room and me having to fight TMZ. Granted, salute to the people at TMZ. They did me a solid. They did me good. They didn't mention it, but they mentioned some in like some bottom of the article, whatever.
They didn't do you a favor by mentioning it at the bottom of the article, you lying nut. They mentioned it at the bottom of the article because no one cares about you, you lying nut. And the only reason they mention it is not because you're DJ Akademiks. They mention it because women are empowered right now. And anytime we can show a woman being attacked, people like to see that so that women can complain more. Come on, brother.
I'm just saying it's different, my nigga. A lot of what I'm saying, even with you, Fresh, but I'm not even blaming you because I understand. I'm just trying to tell you it's a different level of fame, my nigga.
It's funny, too, because DJ Akademiks is basically saying, hey, Fresh, look, let me tell you how this go. I slap you in the face, but don't ever try to slap me back. No, I'm going to slap you in the face because you's a bitch, but don't try to slap me back, youngin'. Whoa, that's so disrespectful.
When you, y'all could do whatever y'all want to do. If Act do the same thing, nigga, it's at a certain level. Y'all niggas never went as viral as when that gun shit came out. That's on TMZ. Nigga, y'all have done mad shit, kicked out 30 million bitches. When Act is there, it's a different level of scrutiny. Now, granted, I figured you were saying like,
wait, who said that's true? Was that Ray or was that Fresh? I'm gonna need somebody who said that's true. That's true. Was that Ray or Fresh? I don't know. That's strange.
I figured you were saying, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga Act did that, blah blah blah. I'm not even. That's what I'm saying. I'm not that mad at you, even though I'm like, yo, I wish it wasn't this type of shit. But the whole conversation about even Smiley, like, bro, that is y'all employee, and again, this is a little bit different in the sense that you have people. Like, I even told when I talked to Smiley, I said, yo, if you leak the video of you just fighting my girl, bro, I'm not mad. Like, it's women fighting. It is what it is. Granted, I was kind of almost in the middle of it, but I'm like, the video y'all got up on your page, it shows me shouting, and that's the beginning of the video. It looks like Ak is being mad aggressive, which that's just a no. I can't have that happen.
Wait, why is he mad about the truth, though? This is not a Photoshop. This is not a Premiere Final Cut Pro edit. This is how you were really behaving, my boy. So you're basically saying that I need to hide the truth from the public, the truth of how I really behave, the truth of who I am. That's actually the issue at hand, which is concealing the truth. And this is what you're observing running rampant in the society, in the government, in the media, and then here with this YouTuber. It's quite sad.
So if y'all gonna show the whole thing, show the video from when my girl's in my face hitting me and then you swing on her. That's it. But that was my only thing to it. But everybody was hitting me, like, you know what I mean? I'm not, you see.
Let me correct you, simp. Let me correct you, trick. You say my girl was hitting me. Listen here, trick. If she's hitting you, she's not your girl, trick. These tricks are out of control. You know, I always, girls would come back and tell me things and we laugh at these tricks. I remember when there was one trick, a famous trick now deceased. He came to the St. City and he went to a strip club, dealt with a chick I happened to have a relationship with, and it got back to me that he spent about 10 to 13,000 on her. And we just laugh at him, you dig? We laugh at them because they renting, but they think they own it. You dig? And the same thing with DJ Akademiks. How's she your girl, but she's hitting you? Last I checked, you get your girl to serve you, not to hit you and abuse you, especially not in public. Where they do that at, bruh? You's a nerd. My girl hitting me. Linguistically, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't add up logically.
Fresh ain't, I don't know if people know, Fresh ain't talking to me for 2 months over some Miranda shit. The Miranda shit, honestly, which
hold on. Nigga, you know why? Because you didn't call me, bro.
Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me explain that.
Whoa, now it all comes to the surface. There was somebody earlier that said Fresh wasn't really tripping off of that. DJ Ak just tried to expose him and said, bro, you ain't talked to me for 2 months for that. Okay, see? Huh?
Be honest, bro. You made a video. You didn't call me one time. Okay. Man, we talk almost every day before that. Right, you made a video. You called me for 2 months. Why is that?
Okay.
Because you did that to me, bro. You know, like. Okay. You know how, bro.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Hey, when you piss off Fresh, you done really did something. If you get Fresh pissed off and turned up, you done really did something. Because Fresh don't really get mad over nothing, man. People done sent in the most ruthless super chats about Fresh. Man, just let it roll straight off the shoulder. He even went live, and we had kind of referenced some of that footage in our last live. People were asking fairly direct questions. Man, he just let it roll off the shoulder. This man done raised his voice. He ain't like that.
I'm gonna explain it to you. And by the way, I want.
Bruh, just shut up.
This is why I thought that was different. Even though I knew you was trying to use it to even it out, but I thought it was different. I'm gonna tell you why.
So fucked up.
No, hold on. I'm gonna tell you.
Ray, shut up. Nobody knows you.
So one day I'm walking. I could say.
Why does he stutter so much? I could be honest.
I'm telling you how I got the video. So I'm telling everybody. So one day, like, I'm coming to link with Fresh or whatever the case is, or maybe I was going to do an interview. Fresh was walking down with Miranda, and they both had their dogs. And I'm like, this is when everybody believed he didn't rock with her, whatever. And I'm like, yo, oh shit, he's with her. And like, she was kind of hiding her face. So I took a video. I never posted it. I saved it, right? I never posted it because I was about to post it. Fresh was like, yo, just don't post it, bro, blah, blah. Okay.
You're a hoe. Because number one, how do you look at Fresh and tell him, Fresh, I'm famous. You're a C-list celebrity. No one cares about you except your audience. How do you tell Fresh that he's a nobody, but yet you show up to, as you put, link up with him, which sounds weird. They got a sneaky link going up. But you come to link up with Fresh and you see him with his broad and you start recording him like you're TMZ. Well, I thought Fresh wasn't famous enough and you damn sure ain't TMZ. Then you state further that Fresh specifically asked you not to put up the footage. Yet we've all seen it, which means that you put it up. So he asked you as a friend and you treated him like an enemy and put it up anyways. Shout out to 3. He writes, Ray is the prize. I feel you, bruh. It get like that out here. People delusional.
This is what happens. Fresh does a vlog probably like a month later, and he shows Miranda back because everybody thought they were beefing or they weren't cool. Fresh shows Miranda in his vlog driving like his new car. And I
just want you guys to notice, liars have a story for everything. If you're ever dealing with a friend, a family member, a girlfriend, and you notice that they can never just like admit what the truth is, you need to get rid of them, because liars have a story for everything. They have a story that's going to make anything they do okay. They have a story that's going to make anything they say the truth. He's about to try to explain why he put up footage after he agreed not to put up the footage. There's no explanation. It doesn't matter what you're about to say. He said, don't put it up. You agreed not to put it up. It shouldn't go up. That's the final word. But he's trying to explain. And he's creating stories over here. This man had created more fairy tales than Walt Disney. Here we go.
I thought, and again, I'm down to take responsibility for that too. I thought, well, if you showed her off, it must not be that big of a secret because you showed her off.
You could have called me, bro.
Huh?
You could have called me.
Bro, but you put it online. You like, place. Yeah, hold on. Your friend.
In the video, I said don't post it. I said in the video, don't post the video.
That was before you went.
He said it in the video.
Yo, play this. And I wouldn't be mad at you if this what happened, right? If the shit that happened that night, right? Say,
when you're dealing with a dirtbag narcissist, notice not one time does he say, you know what, Fresh? I was wrong. You said don't post it. Full stop. I agreed. I was a liar. I lied and I posted it. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. That would end the whole conversation. And you know what it would do? It would actually remove the bad feelings and it would allow them to have a fresh restart. But that's not going to happen because a liar always needs to maintain, and a narcissist always needs to maintain image, not only to others, but to themselves. So he's not going to admit that he's a dirtbag. And the other thing, you see these people are image obsessed. The reason he didn't want that footage out of him hitting abroad, because he doesn't want to look bad. But here's the thing. What he's really trying to prevent is not looking bad, but looking like he really is. He doesn't want to look accurate. He doesn't want people to know what's really there.
Say you took a video of it and I said to you, and I say, yo, Fresh, don't post it. And then you go online and you see Ak doing a review of a video that came out or that same video. You get what I mean? Like, oh, you get what I mean?
Like, because you said don't post it, I ain't posting it.
Bro, but if you're using it online.
If my nigga said don't post it, I'm not posting it.
Thank you.
Period. I don't care if you post a video about it for 20 hours.
Thank
I ain't posting shit.
And by the way,
hey,
listen.
You
I think that's a difference of opinion. I only posted that shit because I saw you go in public with her, and I'm like, he must not care anymore.
You could have called us, yo, bro, I'm gonna do this video. You know what? All right, you call me. We spoke about it.
Wow. You know what? I want to do this. I want to put up a poll real quick because this is crazy. Let's see. Here's a poll. Should Fresh be friends with Akademiks? I'm just curious what you guys think. I need to hit this restroom real quick. During this time, do me a favor, send in your questions. We'll address those, send in your opinions and your perspective on what your interpretation is. I'll be right back. if this bar is on my Amazon list.
I think we did add it.
Okay. I'll post that up. Peace to the saints. Talk to me.
Muhammad said FNF has higher monthly YouTube views than DJ Ak, a higher Instagram following, and twice the number of trends on TikTok. Even though FNF been around a fraction of the time as Ak.
Right, we all
why
have.
Ak acting like he bigger?
Right, exactly. That's the delusion of the narcissist. They don't see the world accurately. And further, we see that he's a very dishonest person. So, of course, a liar is going to lie. That's what they do. Why anyone would get mad when a liar lies? Well, that's silly. They're liars. That's what they do. You caught up?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Bet. You just posted it and you talked to me for 2 months. Nigga, come on, man.
No, bro,
come on, bro.
You didn't hit me up at all.
Nigga, because you made a video talking shit about me.
No, I wasn't talking shit. I said, yo.
You know I have different girl every single day. She was there that day just because she showed up. Nigga, that's one of my girls, bro. Like, you made that shit like, oh, he's simping for Miranda. Nigga.
No, I never, hold on. Go back to that stream. I never said that.
I watched my dog.
Yo.
I'm like, nigga.
I brought this shit up and I said, yo. I said, my nigga, so, look, he posted this that he's with her. I said, I ain't gonna lie, to keep it real, I did catch that nigga while he was with her walking dogs. Bro.
Nigga, I'm at my crib.
Yo. Also, here's the thing. Yo, here's the thing. My nigga, like, you're, like, and this is why I feel like our plight be different, because you're trying to, you trying to convince.
Wow. Now, right here, I actually feel my heart goes out to Fresh because, you know, we all want good relationships. That's why I always remind you, have a goal in the area of health, wealth, and relationships. These are the 3 foundational things in living a good life. But right now we see that Fresh is hurt. I mean, these are emotions coming out. He's hurt. He's like, hey, man, I didn't call you for 2 months because you embarrassed me. He's essentially saying, bro, you embarrassed me. You made a video about me and said things that were hurtful and made me look bad, which is essentially is not what we expect from our friends. And so I feel sorry for him that he is hurt in this situation. And, you know, it's sad when you have to get hurt by the people who are supposed to heal you, you know? It is what it is. Shout out, you know, I got to get this workout in. This bar actually only has 1 gram of sugar, which is amazing, 20 grams of protein. So when I want to be light before I work out, these are the ones I eat. This is linked in the description. Actually, I think I might have, did I post this in the chat?
No.
I have this bar on my Amazon shop list because people always ask me what I eat.
Do you want me to make you a drink?
Make me a drink? Soon.
Okay.
No.
NBA Mastermind said, this is female behavior at its finest. Ak is sabotaging their platform. Every time he comes on something, crazy happens. Entertaining, but bad for image. Mr. New Tutel said, Saint looks like a prophet again after Ak acts out of pocket again. Ak needs to catch some hands to be put in place.
It's the only way. The only way. Just like Tekashi Snitch 9, his best friend. Oh, he gonna keep up that behavior. The reason people used to say snitches get stitches is a preventative measure. It's to stop it from happening. But if people are snitching and not getting the stitches, then people are like, oh, well, well, I'm telling on everybody. Why? Because it's in their self-interest to tell. There's no consequences. That's the problem with the world is people don't have integrity.
On Cash App, Johnny said, if you got friends like Ak, you don't need enemies.
Mm-hmm.
We have Abigasin said, I'm retiring the N-word. Too many lames over here using it. Disgusting level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The one Dark Knight said, fake friends are like shadows. They follow you in the sun but leave you in the dark.
Woo!
You like that one?
Bars.
Corey said, be good to yourself. Don't befriend people who aren't good to you.
Thank you.
You have to put yourself first, even if it means you'll lose a friendship.
Here's the funny thing. What is he losing? Because it's not a friendship. There's no friendship. He's not losing anything. He's just doing himself a favor. He's opening up an opportunity, opening up more time to bring in something better. Go ahead.
Okay. Beasto said, Saint, can you give guidance on how to have handled the controversial situation Fresh was in regarding the homeless man and his blog titled Luke Belmar incident starts at 7:40.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, can you make a note on that?
Yeah.
Why don't you actually just pull up that video and go to 740 and then just do you know how to share that link? to my text message. Just text that to me.
We have 3 is back, so this situation is getting complex, like short dudes, brown to tall ladies. Sean is back and said, Axe whole self-esteem is based on views, likes. Dude is basically a female. He could have been anything in life but decided to be a corn.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on.
Convince a bunch of niggas in your audience that don't get pussy that you're literally not a simp. I'm telling niggas,
whoa,
this big act talking. And
whoa, that was disrespect.
nigga, like you're, like, and this is why I feel like our plight be different because you're trying to you trying to convince a bunch of niggas in your audience that don't get pussy that you're literally not a.
Wow. Is Justin online? Justin, if you're watching, and if one of the Saints can DM Justin or tag him on the Discord, I want that clipped. Get the full-size video from DJ Akademiks' page where he says you're trying to convince a bunch of guys in your chat who don't get vagina. I want that clipped. I want to make a short out of that. You dig? Because number one, that's it's very disrespectful to the viewing audience because you don't know who's viewing you. That's number one. There's one guy who views me in UK. He's a pop singer in the United Kingdom, has millions of followers. I don't know that he views me, and I'm sure he gets more vagina than both of us, you dig? And so, you know, everyone watches YouTube. It's silly to suggest that your viewers are incels because you talk about dating. That's just silly. But it's ironic because it's a guy who pays for vagina who's talking about other guys not getting vagina. It's like, bro, are you better than them because you pay for yours? I mean, come on. I'm sure they could pay for theirs too if they needed to. Very disgusting kind of person. And this is the guy that will, you know, be a vulture and a parasite and a leech. He'll leech off of the audience, make money off of the viewers, and then turn around and disrespect them. Fascinating. Oh, and he's also disrespecting Fresh at the same time, saying you're trying to convince. He basically saying you're trying to convince losers that you're not a loser. Wow, super disrespectful. This guy has no regard for anyone except himself. I think he was an only child. Sometimes it happens like that. Parents ain't raised him right.
Simp, I'm telling niggas this big act talking, and I don't care what no niggas say because I don't gotta appeal to no audience, nigga. If y'all don't like me, y'all don't like me. That was my girl right there, the girl who was fighting. Nigga, I bought her, nigga, I just gave her 10 bands to go shopping, nigga. Cause
we're bragging about that? No. I want to throw up. Did you just say I gave her 10 bands to go shopping? What is she buying? There's pretty much nothing that a broad needs to buy that's going to cost 10 bands. She could get her a decent little designer purse for under that. What is the broad buying? Furthermore, did I not say he was a trick? And it's funny how we're in a weird era where back in the day, you know, you want to be the shooter, not the one who got shot. You want to be the pimp, not the trick. You want to be the producer, not the consumer. You want to be the hustler, not the customer. This boy is bragging about paying a drunk harlot who punched him in the face. That's crazy. Woo, that's crazy.
that's my bitch and she got to get some new clothes. I just bought her a Louis bag, nigga. Nigga, I'm a rich nigga, bro. Like, if you mad at that, I don't got a piece to no niggas. You feel you got a piece to niggas, so you trying to hide this and third. Nigga, I'm a real nigga, bro. You think my audience gonna tell me how I could treat my girlfriend?
Wait. You're a real nigga. I'm not. Take me off that list. I'd like to make a public service announcement. I'm not a real nigga. If that's what a real nigga is, I ain't one of them. Shit. Go ahead.
Okay, Unbounded Reality said, didn't Ack also reference the situation with Fresh multiple times when it wasn't even relevant in the interview with Andrew that you reacted to?
Mm-hmm. That's why I got so hurt. That's why Akademiks made a response video to me.
My girl, she don't got no winter clothes. She not from a place that was cold up here. I said, yo, here 10 bands. Go shopping real quick, shorty. Because if you gonna be around me, you gotta look good. You over here told me I make you look like a simp. My nigga, that was your main girl.
I want you guys to observe the excuses. He said, I gave her 10 bands to go shopping because if you're going to be around me, you got to look good. Number one, DJ Ak, you don't look good. You don't look good. I've never seen you look good. I've never looked at you and thought, wow, Ak is dripped out. Not one time. I never looked at you and thought like, wow, like he fresh. Not one time. And probably because your body's fat. You dig? When your body look like that, ain't nothing going to look good on you. And furthermore, you're always wearing a baseball cap. It's like, bro, you in your 30s. Grow up, my boy. You can't wear a baseball cap every damn day. I mean, Jesus Christ. Furthermore, he's basically saying, I gave her money to go shopping so she could look appropriate while she's around me. Well, what kind of broke hoe are you dealing with? She doesn't have her own money. Moreover, she didn't have a wardrobe before you met her. Oh, you had to get her a wardrobe. Oh, that's a pity. You need to quit dumpster diving. He dumpster diving for these hoes. That's why when he get them, he got to put a little bit of money into them to dress them up, make them look presentable. And they still don't look presentable. But here's the worst thing. No amount of investment is going to give a hoe some class. She ain't got no class. You dig? Like an online course. Here's the thing. He's making excuses for tricking and also saying that he's proud, saying, I'm a rich Nigga. Well, I don't believe you're rich, but I certainly believe you're an Nigga, which means ignorant. And you're exercising a great deal of ignorance. And on the contrary, I advise you guys to get with wealthy women. You dig? Yeah. Get with wealthy women. And I made a video that we just released on the Saint channel. Do check it out. It's a major lesson for DJ Akademiks. It says what we can learn from women. Listen to it. Get some game.
Mr. Newtown said, why doesn't he just apologize? As humans, we're very forgiving. Instead, he is doubling down and just digging his own grave.
And the weird thing, too, is that he is clearly wrong. There's no one who thinks that he's right. It's one thing to double down when you're holding to your values and principles. It's yet another thing to double down when you're trying to protect the ego against criticism, or in this case, the light of truth. Really sad.
Whatever, you don't got to be flexing and doing all this extra shit. When I brought it up, I'm like, yo, he's still fucking with her. You're mad at the simping part of it because of what you preaching.
No.
I don't preach no lies. If I got a girl, I treat my girl good. Let me put that out there now. And if anybody in my audience don't fuck with that message, stop fucking with me, please. I treat my girlfriend good. A whore that I'm fucking or a whore that I'm flying out, she not getting nothing. But if a girl's rocking with me, nigga, I'm driving in $500,000 cars. I live in $2 million houses. You think I'm gonna tell my chick to shop on Fashion Nova? It looks stupid. That would look stupid, boy. I'm telling you the truth. So here's the thing. Fresh think I'm making him.
First off, how's it your girl if she's the same broad that's punching you in the face in public? That's what I don't understand. That's not your girl, my boy. When a chick throws a punch at you, at that very moment, she becomes no longer your girl. In fact, you might categorize her under your enemy. And what you should really peep game on is if a chick is brazen enough to throw a punch at you in general. I don't even care if she did it in private. You dig? I don't really care what you said or did. That's out of line. But if she's brazen enough to throw a punch at you, you think that she's also not brazen enough to hit you with a case? You think she's not going to be brazen enough to try to fleece some of that money that she know you got out of you in a civil lawsuit, maybe claiming that you hit her? Oh, bro, you're dealing with a low-class girl. You're going to get low-class outcomes, and that's what you don't realize. Talking about she's your girl. Nah, she's not your girl. She's everybody's girl. You just happen to be paying the highest price right now, so you get to rent her. You see, let me let everyone know in the viewing public. What you notice about me, you hear the same voices around me all the time, years on end. That's someone who's with you. They mess with you. That's a loyal employee. That's a loyal woman. That's a loyal friend. Consistency. You see, there's saints in the audience that I know their name from years back. You heard me? But a broad that you just picked up off the streets, and you notice a low-class broad when he's like, she ain't had no jackets. What kind of hoe ain't never been in the winter? What? Come on, man. Talk to me.
Kaiser said, I would like to see the two of you sit across from each other and debate. I think it would be entertaining and constructive for the culture. Blessings.
What culture? There is no culture. There's only Sasson culture. There are no other cultures. Everything else is watered down and dying. Sasson is the only culture. That's number one. Number two, I can't debate with my inferior. He doesn't have the intellect to debate with me. That's number two. And number three, what will be the topic of debate? How he has no values, morals, or standards? You know, how he needs to exercise and fails to do it? how he doesn't have any real relationships because he's a narcissist and just tries to sponge and leech off of other people around him, how he has hollow relationships with women. There could never be a debate, and he would never agree to do that because, number one, he knows he's my inferior. How are you ever going to win against somebody like me? So why would he go into a situation like that? He'd be suicidal. So we know that's not going to happen. I mean, just think about it. Just imagine. You imagine. Look at the chess moves. Fresh and Fit hosted, right? You got the Saint in the center on one side. You got DJ Akademiks on the other side. He going to be wearing a baseball cap looking like a fat, fourth grader. I'm going to be wearing some super player. You dig? I might pull out the velvet pimping. I might pull out the mariachi pimping. I might pull out the, so many of the pimping. You don't know which one. But one thing you do know, it's going to be the pimping. So I'm going to be looking amazing, beautiful, gorgeous. So I look better than him. Okay, boom. Let's talk education. I have superior education. Done. Reputation, superior reputation. Let's talk about hoes. Got more hoes than clothes. Well, what is there to debate? What can he win at? He want to talk about money. Show me something. Show me something. We can talk about that too. So how is he going to win? When he goes into a situation like that, and who has a superior mouthpiece, right? He can scarcely speak without stuttering. When I speak, it's like the speech itself is silk. The speech itself is velvet. He can't contend with me verbally. And then if he want to get super lit, you heard me? We could do that too. I beat the snot out of DJ Akademiks. Then he really be on TMZ. So how you going to win? Now, if you were DJ Akademiks, would you willingly walk into a situation like that? The guy can outthink you, outtalk you, outdress you, outfight you. Where you going to win? He ain't that. He dumb, but he ain't that dumb. He's a narcissist, but he ain't that narcissistic. Come on, man.
Okay, we have Mr. New to Town is back and said, Ak is a real life example of as long as you work hard, you can have no talent, you can still make it. In
Period. Period. And that's the biggest issue for most people who are underachieving is they don't want to do work. I often hear guys say, hey, Marquett, I want a lifestyle like yours. I say, okay, cool. Go work 10 years with like no holidays and keep doing that after you're a millionaire. Work a couple years, make $1 million, and then keep working like you're broke for an additional 7 years. Yeah, go do that. And then after that, then relax a little bit. Now, here's the thing. Most people want to become entrepreneurs because they think now they get to make their own schedule. They get to wake up when they want to wake up. They get free time. If that's why you want to become an entrepreneur, you ain't going to survive. Because I woke up early today. Didn't have to. Wake up early every day. Don't have to. Why? Because after you've worked enough to make a significant amount of money and reputation, you're wired. Ain't no stopping now. I am hustle mania. That's all we know. And you were only able to win because it was your nature. It ain't going to cut off.
They said you would lose the cupcake challenge.
Oh, that's true. That's true, actually.
3 said, how you gonna win when you ain't right with it?
Preach, L Boogie. That's a good line from L. We caught up?
Yes.
Let's get back to this foolishness.
Sound like a simp. I'm just, nigga, you show the girl out there. You showed it publicly. And I said, yo, my nigga still fucking with his bitch. That's your chick, nigga. You could, and again, maybe not your girlfriend,
but you make it seem like that's my only girl. This is the point I can make.
But you don't, but it's not simping. But that's, hold on. Yo,
nigga, first of all, you know I'm not a simp, 100%.
No, I know. Hold on. But what 100%. I'm trying to say is your ego is fragile because you think shit is simping. I'm telling you, as a real nigga, that if I have a shorty,
Can we take a poll? Who thinks DJ Akademiks is a real N? I don't think anybody does. What hood is he from in Jersey? I swear somebody from his hood needs to catch him slipping. No one thinks he's a real N. It's so delusional too, because as a real nigga, no one thinks you're a real nigga. You're the only one. That's strange. He's saying it like he set standards, like he set laws somewhere on this earth. Come on, man. Somebody asked DJ Akademiks, what neighborhood is he from? Yeah, look, check this out, Jersey. Let me know what neighborhood DJ Akademiks is from. And the Saint in the Center said, fuck that hood. Because if y'all produce that shit, fuck your whole hood. Carrying on. Yeah, and I meant it. And I be in Jersey.
fuck with. And by the way, did I ever smash other chicks? Why?
Hold on, just time. Why do I be in Jersey? I be in Jersey. I got a couple bad hoes there. You heard me, some Egyptian hoes. I be out there, you dig? Mostly in the nice parts, you know. But if somebody from DJ Akademiks hood got an issue, fuck you and fuck his hood, because he's a weirdo.
Of course, nigga. But that's the chick I was rocking out with. I'm not going to let nobody make me feel I can't claim her, make me feel I can't treat her good. Bro, you're controlled by your audience at that point. So, nigga, you
don't have an audience anyways. You just got like jack-off artists and video gamers. Hit me.
Sorry, I'm on a different screen right now.
Shout out to Mackendall. He writes, acting like he's Michael Corleone when he Alfredo Corleone, right? Man think he the Godfather. And he behaved like he ain't grow up with a father.
What mad at me because your audience is perceiving some shit because now they've put into the air that you're a simp if you fuck with this one girl. My nigga, you could have handled that situation with your audience a long time ago. Like, yo, I fuck with this chick. We might not be in a relationship. You might be fucking 10 bitches, but you might have one girl who's a little bit recurring. You fuck with her, simpest. You tell them like, yo, bro, listen, Myron, I'm not gonna try.
Dang, this man been talking for 10 minutes straight. I didn't just skip ahead 5 minutes 3 times. This man's still talking. God damn. Fresh, interrupt him. Fresh, pull a Piers Morgan. Do him like Piers Morgan did Andrew Tate. Interrupt him.
To act like I'm no big player. I treat if you're a girlfriend, you will get treated good by a big act.
You know how I roll, bro. It's like you know how I roll, but you're making it seem like, oh, I'm only with one girl. I'm like, nigga, you see me all the time in Miami. You see what I do, nigga? Like, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, bro. Nobody thinks you're with one girl. Yo, nobody thinks you're with one girl, my nigga. You're going off the audience perception.
See, the only problem I have.
I can't lie to you. This conversation is not player. Look, this conversation is not player at all. I can't think of one time in life I've ever argued about my girls with another dude. This is so not player. I'm disgusted, honestly. Wow. What's going on here?
Back is that, like, we know what it is behind the scenes, right? But also as well, you know how I move. Problem I had is that you made it seem like, oh, this is Fresh's girl, da-da-da. Nigga, you know how I operate. I have people I'm cool with, we hang out, we have a good time, and then it's back.
You're looking at them comments. Cool. Fuck them comments, nigga. Now it's public, so anybody could be like, "No, Ak, you was wrong." I thought, bro, if it's like me posting, it's like me posting my girlfriend who's secret or whatever the case is, right? And then she's in his vlog, and then he puts out a vlog with her, and I'm like, this is where you have an opportunity to be like, "Yo, Ak, well, you should know this about me, and you should be more mindful of that too." So that's my only thing. I don't think you did anything that was. I know people want to be like, "Yo, Fresh not no stink, my nigga. He's not. He's a good nigga, a really good-hearted nigga." I'm gonna be honest with you.
I might take,
but what you don't know, you don't know.
I might have taken it a little bit differently, bro. And like, just to be real with you, you know what? I might have took it like to heart too much, which is my bad. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy. A manipulator like DJ Akademiks, he manipulated Fresh so strategically that what you're about to hear, I think what you might have just heard, I'll rewind it 5 seconds, but you just heard Fresh apologized to DJ Akademiks when DJ Akademiks was the person who wronged him. So they're discussing how DJ Akademiks was recording Fresh, and even on that video you see Fresh say, "Hey, stop recording." Not only did he record it, he also posted it online after they mutually agreed that that would not happen. And you have Fresh apologizing for having an appropriate reaction. This is how psychopaths and manipulators will checkmate you. They create an alternate reality through their narrative, i.e. their lies, and they get you to buy into their alternate reality, which is to say this parallel existence where the truth is not the truth, where your reactions and the outcomes of their actions get to be what they say. So even though DJ Akademiks lied and double-crossed them, the reaction from you, Fresh, you shouldn't be mad. You should be glad. In fact, if you're mad at me, Fresh, you should apologize. And Fresh apologized. It's crazy. Wowzer.
Right now, bro, I don't blame you, bro. You're a really good-hearted nigga. I'm going to be honest with you.
I might take
but what you don't know, you don't know.
I might have taken it a little bit differently, bro. And like, just to be real with you, you know what? I might have took it like to heart too much, which is my bad. And you know what I'm saying? Like right now, bro.
I don't blame you, bro.
I do, so 100%, bro. Like, you know, It's all good. All up for me, bro. As always. And like,
yo, Fresh, put like this. I'm not even like, I'm gonna tell you another reason why I'm not mad at you, because here's how I'm rationalizing, right? I'm like, maybe it would have gone viral. I just ain't want to go viral from the angles and the videos that the people that were with me had. You feel me? If it's some random person and it'd be like, yo, this is 073, like, you know what I mean, Shay, that's her account.
In this, he said, just to make sure Ak is safe and I can have the other side. I'm taking that as I'm taking.
Would you prepare my drink, please?
I'm gonna do protein because that's unless.
What's that?
Okay, I'll do.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need that.
As all right, this is Akademiks' friend. He's not gonna throw the video out. He's just saving this for his safety, or whatever. Cool. So I'm not gonna like get on his case about it because that's his friend. But everybody else, you can see the other videos, bro. They're out there. I'm literally telling these people to stop recording. Like, what are y'all doing?
No, Ray did come in and Ray said, you know what, start recording to everybody else.
I even told Fresh himself. I said, yo, what are you doing? Why are you recording, bro?
Yep, he did.
I mean, yo,
Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Jonathan writes, funny how he can manipulate Fresh to apologize. Tell me about it. But he can't manipulate a bitch to love him. You feel me? It is, bruh, some things are just, you know, it is what it is. He's just meant to never be a P. You dig? He's meant to be a simp. And the funny thing, too, is that he's trying to create another alternate universe wherein being a simp and paying for your girl and giving her, as he said, I gave her $10,000 to go shopping. He's trying to create a reality where that's cool. No, that's not cool at all. I don't think I'll ever be rich enough to hand a broad 10,000 to do anything. No, I'll never be that rich. I don't think there's a such thing. NBA Mastermind writes, money is just an amplifier. Lames remain lame even with money. May we prosper with character, saints. Oh, in a real way.
I'm trying to get ready to get the whole security footage because if y'all see the whole thing,
yeah, I'm working on it. I had to hire a lawyer to get it and shit, but they're like tripping on it.
Yo, the thing with a footage like that is like if you see the whole thing, you're gonna be like, oh shit, oh Ak is chilling, his girl's on his face, blah blah. A girl swings on his girl. All right, bet his girl's trying to fight. He's calming his girl down. I'm not saying you're not right about that, and that's why I say I take the biggest. That's why I'm not on here pointing fingers. Like yo, I know how you get down in Miami because she's been there and she's seen a lot of Miami got a lot of attractive women. And she always like so I'm trying to push her back like yo, chill, bro. Hey, you know me. Hold
on. You want me to bring it up?
As long as you don't have to call that particular person. But I'm gonna be honest. If you gonna bring it up, I'm bringing it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. She's upstairs. I bring it down here. You can talk to her because again, this is about her character, and this is something that she's told me. She was like, yo, I understand you're trashing me in the sense of like letting people know that I acted up this and third, but your friend, which is Fresh, is putting out a narrative like I used to be an escort. I sold pussy. That's not true.
It is true. Quit lying, man. What kind of broad is with you and would accept 10,000? Let me blow your mind real quick, gentlemen. If you're with a woman who actually likes you and respects you, she wouldn't even accept 10,000 from you. She'd be spooked out. But only a slore who actually is a hoe by nature, and I'm not talking about a hoe in terms of promiscuous. I'm talking about a bona fide street stroller. You dig? That chick that be on the blade trying to get paid. Only a real hooker would accept you handing her $10,000. That would make a normal middle-class woman uncomfortable. To an upper-class woman, that would be appalling, darling. So yes, this chick was a slore. Go ask any respectable woman, how would you feel if a man handed you $10,000 and told you to go shopping? She'd say, I don't need it, I got my own. If I need that much money, I ask my daddy. Meaning her father. Because that's too much money to accept from someone that's your boyfriend. It just doesn't make any sense unless you're trying to buy the broad. And yes, she's an escort. Quit lying.
You sit back and just let that happen, like that's ruined my character. So if you're down to talk, have that conversation, I'll bring her down here. I'm pretty sure she wants.
Yeah, bring that hoe down here. Again, that's liar. Bring her down here.
The only reason I'm bringing that up is because
chat. What y'all niggas want, man?
Listen. The only reason I'm bringing that up is because after the fight, that girl that fought her literally said, "Yo, I know her from Virginia. She be selling pussy." Bro, you just got into a fight with this girl. You could be saying anything out your mouth.
Yo,
Nigga,
all right, hold on.
Nigga, she said that before we even left the studio.
Got him.
All right, hold on.
Got him.
Wait. Yo,
How she know? Go ahead.
no. So I get what you said. You said, how does she know this before when we were at a Fresh and Fit studio? So before I even got on the mic, my chick, she always like, again, she like, oh, I'm with Act. I guess somebody asked her to sign, I don't know if it's like a NDA or some type of content release that y'all do when you go into Fresh and Fit. She walks up to me, she's like, yo, they want me to sign this shit. Like, yo, why they acting like I'm not with you? Like, so she's looking at me like, yo, why they acting like I'm not your girl? Like, why they acting like I'm some straggler, random chick going?
Because you are. You are a straggler. And what we all know in the game, you dig, is these chicks come in the front looking for the back door, which is to say that, will they stay, will they go? You never know. That being the case, yeah, sign this NDA, shorty. Yeah, sign that you ain't gonna do nothing or say nothing crazy. Because we don't know your character. And 9 out of 9, you don't have any character. This is Miami. And you with that fat trick anyways. Come on, man.
Muhammad said, bro, there's nothing more infuriating than a scumbag gaslighting a good dude. Ack gaslights Fresh Prince CEO is a more apt title at this point. Peace to the Saints. We also have Mr. Nudatown said, it's so funny to see the type of woman that Tate's and the Saint pool as opposed to what DJ Ack pulls.
Actual prostitutes.
I said, yo, just calm down. Let's watch the show. She's in my ear. Then she says, yo, there's a chick back there that keeps saying that I'm T Grizzly's girl. Like, I don't even know T Grizzly. You just did an interview with him, and I was at the house. I didn't even show up. They think I'm somebody who I'm not. That's what she said.
Listen to how his broad is running this program. You dig? This is what I mentioned earlier when I talked about not allowing the evil in the female to get you off track. First off, think in terms of goals. What DJ Akademiks showed up to do at the Fresh and Fit podcast, which he was not invited to be a guest, he showed up to try to steal the show, get himself some clout and attention. That was his actual goal. Cool, that's your goal. Now you got this broad who's a nobody, right? Like, we don't know her name. We don't care to know her name. She's just some prostitute from Virginia. Okay, cool. They say, hey, little dummy, sign this NDA. She don't want to sign the paperwork. She's like, DJ Ack, they're telling me to sign paperwork like I'm not with you. Why do I have to sign this? Because you're a nobody and we don't respect you. That's why. But the weird thing is she's acting like she deserves respect when she doesn't. And what's more is now she's trying to take DJ Akademiks, complain to him to do what? To turn him to engage in conflict on her behalf with the Fresh and Fit staff. Wow, that's evil. That's evil. What she really could have did was said, hey, oh, just heads up, they asked me to sign it. I did or I didn't. Just report out the information. Why? Because you should keep your man apprised of your activities and your doings. Just give him the information. It is what it is. It is. He says, oh, okay, cool. And we carry on. But instead, she's doing what women often do. They create conflict. They want you to prove that you love them or that you protect them unnecessarily in ways that could get you hurt, get you killed, hurt your money supply. Yeah, that's really evil and wicked. What he should have said when she said that was like, oh, well, then sign it. They asked you to sign it. We're in their studio, their place of business. They said, sign it, sign it. And if you don't want to sign it, go outside. We could both go outside. But we're not going to play games about that. This business.
Okay, Wayne sent $70 on Cash App.
Baller alert.
He said, New Jersey doesn't claim him. Peace to the Saints.
Thank you. Thank you. I was wondering. I mean, Jersey was looking soft for a second. Y'all got Joe Buttons and DJ Akademiks y'all was looking bad for a second.
And we have Francisco just got the Satan Center duffel bag by Steve.
Shout out. That's a good piece. I got 2 of them with me. Deuce. So nice I did it twice.
Before we leave. Again, I don't want to be sitting here like no simp. So I'll bring her down here, and then again, the only thing is I would have had that conversation with Smiley, but Smiley's out here looking for clout. So if she gives you the proof, right? I will bring her down here and I'll mediate it, but I'm not bringing.
Listen to this guy. If she gives you the proof, that's how you know he's a liar. Is he's basically asking for something to be proven that cannot be proven. For example, I could say that last night I ran 13 miles. Someone else could say, no, you didn't. Prove that I didn't run 13 miles. They can't. It's impossible. I could say a lot of things that are true that cannot be proven. I could also say a lot of things that are false that cannot be disproven. You see, this is the thing that these people do, is they try to pretend to have evidence, or in the cases where evidence cannot be presented, they say, well, show me the evidence. Well, the burden of proof is not on Fresh. The burden of proof is on you, DJ Akademiks, because you look like the kind of guy most women don't like. You have a personality that most humans don't like. And so for any woman to get with you, we know that she's there for money. And the nature of the female who's going to be with you for money is a gold digger or a prostitute. So all of this lines up perfectly to the thesis that she's a prostitute. And why another woman, before they had conflict, would say, yeah, that chick is a hoe from Virginia. It adds up. And her low-class behavior suggests such. And as I remind before, you just told us that you gave her a whole bunch of money to go shopping. An upstanding woman would not have accepted that. She would have absolutely declined it. I mean, just to give you guys an example, there's a time I was in Europe, and if you're a member at patreon.com/the Saint in the Center, you have this exclusive player story. I sent a young lady out to run a number of errands for me. It was on a day where everything was closed, so she had to go to a lot of different places to get what I asked her to get. She had to spend her own money on taxis, her own money on transportation, and of course a significant amount of time. When she came back, I said, here, this will cover your, no, she was giving me the change from the purchase, and I said, just keep it for your taxi. And she's like, no, here, no, it's not an issue. That's the point, is that upstanding women, they don't need your money, they don't want your money. They want your love and affection. But a fat trick, they don't want his love and affection. They want the money. And that's what he's giving, because that's the only value he has, and that's the only value they see in him. This broad's a prostitute. Summary.
Bringing that other girl on here, especially when she's sending videos to Shade Room that's getting me hemmed up. At this point, she's just looking for the promo in the whole thing, which is, bro, this is again, if you're going out to the club with me and your intentions is how could I go viral even at his expense, you're not gang. You're not you a op riding with us, hoping that
Whoa. You said, why would you put out a video at my expense? That's what you did to Fresh. I'm done. This guy's ridiculous.
Shooting happened that you could just go tell the story. Nigga, that's not cool.
Yeah.
So
I get what
again,
you're saying, bro.
So again, if I'm not running from no allegations.
No, it's dead. No, never mind.
If listen, put like this. I'd rather it be with she mentioned some nigga. She said there was a pimp in Virginia named Chachi or something like that. I asked him, I said, who the fuck is that? She said, listen, I don't know no nigga like that. Whatever nigga she know was probably some nigga who's in Virginia that be doing whatever. I don't have no association with that person that person could say I'm selling pussy. You feel me? So if that's the case, they said the nigga just got out of jail, I bring him on stream. I keep it 100. You know what I mean?
He's a liar, bro.
I'm pretty sure she come down here now.
He's a liar. Where's she at?
That's a good question.
Fast forward it. Where's she at?
I agree.
Oh, she never showed up.
I think
she never showed up. That's weird. I think he's lying. She never showed up. Funny thing is he keeps on saying, she upstairs right now. Bring her down here then, bruh. Where's she at? She never showed up. Shocker. Shocking. Yeah, okay, bruh. There was one video that the Saint has sent in a super chat. He asked me to address the 7-minute 40-second mark of the video. We'll take a look at it right now. Secondly, I'll give you all some time to send in your thoughts, questions, comments, tuition, opinions, etc. And then we'll be winding down. I advise you to do it sooner than later. We always end up right as we're clicking the end button, someone sends in a question. So now would be a smart time. Okay, so this is a video that they're referencing from Fresh, and it was supposed to be 7 minutes, 40 seconds, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this one.
Just trying to get a chicken bite box, D.
Yeah. Yo, hit that backflip.
72 years old, trying to make it.
Thanks.
You got cash in your stick,
Huh?
You got cash, bro?
You said free
I just came back from Romania, bro.
You said free
I
sneako?
got some black. Nah, cash. If you got cash, that was pretty hard.
You gonna help me out, man?
For a chicken box.
All right.
Hold on. This is the wrong currency, man. This is pounds. He can't do shit with that.
He can. He can buy McDonald's, bro.
He can't buy no McDonald's with pounds.
He can't. Bro, this is
Give it to him, bro.
Bro, it's pounds.
Give it to me.
It's 50 pounds.
Doesn't matter, bro.
That's $70.
Sorry.
Oh wait.
Wow.
Damn.
Sorry, sir.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
$50 won't hurt.
Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. I can't respect it. I cannot respect it. Throw some water in there for me. Wow. Look. So, number one, within Assassin, we have a 3-sentence Bible. Be yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to good people. In the past, in my earlier life, especially when I was doing things that are not quite legal, I always gave to folks like this. One is a bit of a business expense, and two, I just had a greater understanding and I identified more with people who were in the struggle, shall we say. Once I matured and gained more experience, I say be good to good people, which is to say, if you don't know someone to be a good person, I'm not about to deal with you because I don't know your character. In as much as that's the case, when I pulled up, I wouldn't have rolled my window down because you're a stranger. You heard me? You could have been in a tuxedo. I'm not about to roll my window down. I don't know you. And the consequences of what can result from me rolling my window down will be bad for both of us because I ain't going to cooperate whatever you're trying to do. I mean, if I'm in my car, it's going to go left. So I wouldn't have rolled the window down, number one. So that's, people say, what would I have done? I would have never rolled down the window. We would have never had that interaction. But let's say for some reason my window was down. The gentleman did his dance. He asked for some money. I almost always have some pocket change in the car. You just never know. You might run out of electricity. You might run out of gas. You need to get some gas or pay a bribe, whatever. So I would have had a couple bucks to give him. And by a couple bucks, probably the smallest bill would have been like $20, which you should be able to afford. Not only as a millionaire, but as a middle-class person. You can give $20 and carry on. Even as a lower-class person, you can give $20 and carry on. And having been homeless before and having been in poverty, I always wondered, one, why is it that people ask for $1? $1 can't do anything. $1 can't even get you a sandwich. So I always try to give them enough money to where they can do something with it, right? Last time I gave someone money, I remember, because it's always a significant amount when it's like a homeless person. And I give a lot of money through philanthropy organizations. But last time I was in Cincinnati, Ohio. I have an office in Cincinnati. There's a homeless individual that approached me coming out of my office late at night. And essentially they were saying, hey, I was able to secure housing in a subsidized housing, but I have to pay $50 for like some fee. It was like an application fee or some kind of fee. And so, I said, okay, all right, well, what are the other challenges that you have? Because I'm more so like, how can we solve something for you? You dig? I'm not trying to give you this $50 and then you still got some other issues. Let's see if we can put you in a position to where you can do something. I say this because I've been homeless, and somebody gives you $50, it doesn't like quite do enough. So we figured out a couple issues that they have, and I gave them a significant amount of money. That was the last time I gave a homeless person money, and that was years ago, which is to say it's not a regular practice of mine. But in this situation, I would have had money in my car if I had rolled down the window. If I didn't have money and I was with friends, you see, people that I associate with enough that they're in my car, and I turned and I said, hey, does somebody have some change? It's one thing if they didn't have any change. But if they literally had cash on them and they said no, I would have probably said, well, loan me the money. If you got $100 in cash or $200 in cash, $500 in cash, loan me $500. I will cash app you the money now. Give me the $500. I will give it to them. But would I have respected the person after that? Like you can't give to an elderly homeless man and you have the money on you and you don't need it. Like it's so low. It's almost evil. And you think it's funny. It's not funny. Like, in fact, I would hope that I didn't kick everybody out the car. I would hope that I had it in myself to be calm enough to not tell everybody to get the F out my car and Uber to wherever they got to go. Because it's disgusting. And these are the kind of people like you wonder about, like, who raised you? How'd you grow up? Like, have you never been down before? And do you not have any decency and any human understanding of what somebody might be going through? You hold money in front of them, but won't give them enough to get a sandwich. Like these things enrage me, to be honest with you. And then it's like, bro, you're so tight. And this is called parsimonious. You're so parsimonious with what you have, which clearly is insufficient. You don't feel like you have enough money. You're so tight with what you have that you won't handle. Oh, he can't use pounds, but could he use it more than you could? And if he can't use it, is it not at the very least just a gesture? Do you know what it feels like when you have nothing, but someone else, even a stranger, gives you something just to let you know, hey, you matter, or hey, I see you, you exist. I care that you're here on the planet Earth alive. I mean, like, that was disgusting. These are British pounds. Yeah, okay, hand them over. Let me give it to this guy. And then the broad, just like a stripper, had a bunch of ones, right? Had just like a stripper. It's like, shorty, here, give it to me. I would have probably bought the money, since these people are too tight to give of themselves. I would have probably just bought the money from them and gave it to the guy. But this is wild. Let me see if there's anything more to this situation. I'm shocked that there's any video footage. Like, this is the kind of thing I would have probably taken down. This is really bad.
Guys, come on. No, we don't even
$3 for
we gotta go. We gotta go. Let's go. We don't have it. We don't have it.
Wow.
Sorry, sir. Selling me a water bottle or something.
I was trying to help you, bro.
Sorry, sir.
I was trying to.
Sorry, sir.
Wow. That's trash. And the irony, too, is, you know, you're with some evil females. And I do mean evil, because it is the female to be soft-hearted. It is upon the female to be soft-hearted and to nourish. And you got these harlots, and they're like, we gotta go. We gotta go. Sorry, sir. We got drive off. We gotta go. Where do you have to go to? I can bet my bottom dollar you have nowhere important to be, based on your appearance, the length of your nails, and the nature of your voice, and the fact that you have a bunch of ones. And here's the worst part about these people, and this is why they shouldn't have any money. You have the low nature to pull out your money so you could floss and you could show your money. Yes, I have it, but no, I will not be giving anything to someone who needs it more than I do. Wow, that's trash. That's super trash. They could all die in the dirt. Fuck all of them.
Kate Mitchell said, the big whack act trying to... You can read this one. Mitchell's...
The big whack act trying to slip slap a cracky while his fame is cracking. As his ego so brittle and only speaks in riddles of lies that lead to his own demise. I can dig it. Shout out to Mitchell. He coming through with the bizarres.
Yeah. Muhammad said, Fresh Prince CEO went back and gave the dude $100 in a later video. He's a good dude, man. F and F are good people.
Next.
Okay, NBA Mastermind said, Fresh came back to the same spot.
Next.
Okay. Vilkin said, Marquett, my good friend gave money to homeless. He told me he brought more crack.
They do that.
How do you know which one is good or just tricking? Peace of the Saints.
That's why I said 3-sentence Bible. Be yourself, be good to yourself, be good to good people, be good to good people. I wouldn't roll my window down. He's a stranger. I don't even know who he is. I'm not trying to find out. He could have been wearing a tuxedo, homeless tuxedo. There's no need to roll my window down. There's no opportunity outside of my window at a stoplight in Miami at 3 a.m. I wouldn't roll my window down. And as I often remind you, be good to good people. If I don't know someone's nature, I'm going to hang back. But there's no way in hell I'm about to roll down my window, show money, and then say, nah, we're good, and then peel off. Like that's tacky. It's low class.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah, that's crazy. And by the way, like, one mic at a time writes, off topic, Marquett, how to deal with a relative who keeps asking for money. Get away from them. I want to help him, but you shouldn't. Follow the 3-sentence Bible. If they keep asking for money, they have a chronic issue. Their chronic issue is not about to be solved by you. It's going to be solved by them getting a goddamn job. If they need money on a consistent basis, get a job. That's what jobs do. They give you what's called a check, but you got to work for it. That was an easy one, huh? Yeah. We caught up?
Yeah.
All right. Saints, I'll give you a little bit of time to send your thoughts, questions, comments, and thank you to the gentleman who shared that video with us. I hope that it was edifying to some of you not to do that kind of thing. Because I was low. I was really low. And I also want to advise you guys, it's good to correct your mistakes. It's much better to do the right thing the first time. And often you'll find that you're going to perform better the first time when when one, you know who you are. You know who you are. Then it's easy to be yourself because some things are not a question. Like, for example, if someone walks up and says, hey, Marquett, do you want to have a shot of this fine alcohol? Which happens to me all the time. Like, generally, when you check into a fine hotel, the butler or the VIP host, they'll leave a bottle of champagne or a bottle of something nice for you. But if you know who you are, it doesn't matter how nice or how expensive the bottle is, how rare it is, how many years it's aged for. It doesn't matter. You know who you are. You don't drink. There's no conversation. It's full stop. When you know who you are, it's easier to make the decision the right time without even deliberating over it. Shout out to one mic at a time.
And then Visto said, thank you for giving your perspective, Saint. That video hurt my heart.
It was disgusting. It was truly disgusting. Everyone involved, it was disgusting. These are the things in the society that make me do the work of building the assassin. These are the things that make me share the philosophy of Marquettism. And I find this kind of behavior to be such a burden. You know, these things actually sadden me. It's it's the worst.
Do we have that?
Right, so what is that drink? The drink is linked. This is my pre-workout. It's linked in the Amazon link that's in the description.
Jelani said, peace to the...
Go ahead.
Peace to the Saints tuition.
Peace to the Saints. I'm done.